She'll take it all the way, lay it up and in. Big alley.
The following is a production by the students and staff at Lubbock ISD TV.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Lubbock High, Monterey, Coronado, and Estacado. All of them are perennial playoff contenders, wreaking havoc to every name on their schedule.
Oh, what a ball! What a score!
Elite? Yeah. A tradition of winning? But when did that tradition start? Was it the state championships that laid the foundation? The district titles that come on an annual basis? Or none of that at all? Maybe it's something more. And tonight, we are going to find out because the Boys of Fall are back. Presented by Lubbock ISD TV.
And with that, we welcome you to Friday Night Lights on the last Friday in October. And oh boy, do we have a fun one in store for you. The rivalry dates back to 1966 and has been a staple for almost every year since. Tonight we have the 46th rendition. It's the Plainsmen taking on the Coronado Mustangs. Devin Ward here alongside Jonas Ormond. Jonas is a freshman from Monterey. Of course, tonight I told him coming into it, you're an LIC TV student. You're not a Monterey Plainsman. He's going to be unbiased, but we're so pumped to have you up here in the booth tonight and couldn't be more excited to have you. This is round 2 for him.
Round 2. I'm excited. Coming in with a lot more confidence, and I'm ready to do it.
I'm ready to see him. He did a lot of homework for tonight, and I can't be more proud of him for that. Let's get into some of the names that you need to know coming into tonight's matchup. And, of course, we're going to start with the visiting team. That's the Coronado Mustangs, and Dom Parrish is a name that we want to spotlight here tonight.
Yeah, he's huge on the defense. You can feel him the minute he steps onto the field. He played quarterback a little bit this season, but not too long. But he's really been shining the wide receiver spot. And with that wide receiver spot, he's gotten himself some great, crazy plays, and he's just been a great playmaker in general for the Coronado team.
Yeah, he runs some trick plays through him. He can catch the ball. Had a big week last week. Dom Parrish, looking forward to seeing him step up again tonight. Another group that we want to spotlight, if you're a Coronado fan, this is a group that you want to see do well, and it's the offensive line. We're focusing on sophomore left tackle Jacob Wilson here, but you want to see the entire O-line step up. The Abilene High Eagles dominated the line of scrimmage, and if you say it all the time, the offensive line is the backbone of any team. You go as they go. You want to see that O-line step up if you're a Coronado fan tonight. Now, for Monterey, the home team tonight is senior night for the guys from 50th Street. They're wanting to get a win in the play so they can continue their chances of getting the playoffs. Same for Coronado, and a name that we're going to list for them is Des Williams. And I'll tell you what, when you think offense, you need to think running the ball, playing physical brand of football. Almost 75% of Monterey's offense is running the football. Of course, you think of their starting running back, and that is Jamarcus Smith, and he's the catalyst. But Des Williams had himself a week last week. Look for him to get more touches on that side of the ball, as well as plays a pivotal role on defense. Another guy you need to know is linebacker Gavin Gordiola, and you have a preview on him.
Yes, sir. He is an amazing defense player. He has a huge max preps presence coming into this, and he has been on the tackles. He's registered 8 tackles in the Cooper game, I think, and then before that, he registered 7. And so he's huge on the defense, and he's really coming in, and he's pushing his agenda on the defense.
Absolutely. He's a linebacker for them, and you'll notice number 22 out there tonight. So tonight is the 46th game. Monterey has the series lead 24-20-1. But Coronado comes into it with an 8-game winning streak. We'll see. Can they continue that streak, or does Monterey continue to add to their lead? We'll come back with kickoff. You won't want to miss this one. It's the 34th versus 50th Street. Who do you got? We're excited to see. Stay with us.
The witch had a cat.
Students at Stewart Elementary welcomed a special guest for Career Week. Texas Tech University President Lawrence Skovanec read an exciting book to pre-K students, while 4th and 5th graders learned about more opportunities after high school, like college.
Hello, could you introduce yourself for me?
Lubbock ISD TV presented a lunch and learn for students at Dunbar College Preparatory Academy. The Panthers learned about the audio-video production program at the Byron Martin Advanced Technology Center, and they produced their own video podcast. Look for more lunch and learns from Lubbock ISD's career and technical education programs in the coming weeks. Parsons Elementary celebrated Red Ribbon Week, and the Pirates started a new tradition. They put on a poster-making contest with prizes for the top entries. The grand prize winner had their poster framed and hung in the school hallway. 3rd graders from Ramirez Elementary hit the pool for water safety training. Each year, aquatic staff from our Lubbock ISD Pete Regis Aquatic Center puts on the training. They work all year to provide third graders from each of our elementary schools with this opportunity, one that organizers say has led to a decreased number of drownings in our area. 8th graders from McKenzie Middle School loaded up early for a trip to Sweetwater. They visited the Texas State Technological College to learn about the programs offered there.
It's important to see different things just to find that application, because when we're in a building and we're in math, science, reading, and social studies, it's hard to find that application. So hopefully we will find some application for what we're learning in school and how it's going to apply to us in the future.
Lubbock ISD Fine Arts students took part in the 3rd annual West Texas Print Fest. This year's event saw high school students create 2x4 foot prints from relief boards that they carved leading up to the event. Simultaneously, different students participated in hands-on clay workshops, while others took an educational tour of the Luca art galleries. Texas Tech Athletics celebrated reading with the Alderson Eagles. Freshman members of the football and basketball teams read with students and shared what it's like to be a student athlete.
We talk about what we play. I play soccer and basketball and football.
It's always nice to kind of go back and give back to the little kids that look up to us and set a good example for them.
No tricks, just treats at Coronado High School, where FCCLA hosted a trick-or-treat for students in structured learning classrooms from across our district. The students trick-or-treated around the Mustangs halls, and they played games in the cafeteria. Now you're in the loop with Lubbock ISD.
All right, welcome back out to the Lowry Field at Plains Capital Park. It's the calm before the chill, Jonas, is what I'm calling it, because the weather's slowly starting to get colder and colder, and this weekend it's going to be cold here on the South Plains, but we have a big-time matchup here in store tonight.
Yeah, well, we're all about to get heated up by the rivalry and the tension that's happening here, the friction between the two teams. It's going to be it's going to be a thriller tonight, and I'm absolutely 100% ready for it. It's going to be an absolute ride.
It's a must-win for both games as we dive into our standings for 5A1, Region 1, District 2. Abilene High at the top. The Eagles have been really good all year long. But you see Monterey and Coronado, they're trying to get into that 4th spot, and there's some situations where there's a chance that they could both make it, but they got to win tonight. It's must-wins. And for both of these teams, their goal at the beginning of the year, Jonas, was to make the postseason, make the Texas UIL playoffs, and it starts with them taking care of business tonight.
Yes, it does. And taking care of business is what Coach Thrash, I guarantee you, and what the Coronado coach, I guarantee you, are talking about. And they're going to come in and they're going to say, hey, we got to come out with a lot of energy. We got to make these plays. We got to do something big here. Because if they don't come out with that energy, the other team's going to take advantage of that. Coronado's going to crawl all up on Monterey if they don't. The Monterey's going to crawl up on Coronado if they don't come out with some energy and some fight in them. Right, and of course, tonight we are bringing you this game on YouTube. Jonas is a freshman at Monterey, but he's doing a great job so far as we're getting started to knock on wood, of course, of him not showing that he's a Plainsman. That's the goal of learning and doing these broadcasts. Of course, it's been 8 calendar years since the Monterey Plainsmen have beaten their rivals from 34th Street. The last win for Monterey against Coronado dates back to October 16th, 2015. That was a 17-13 win over the Mustangs. This is a very meaningful game for both teams, especially tonight with the implications for playoffs. Yeah, we're talking playoffs on the line. And we're underway. Thank you for tuning in tonight on the Lubbock ISD YouTube channel, and we're going to hear from our officiating crew to get the thing started here. Of course, you see here on your screen the Plainsmen rocking the all-red jerseys tonight. Blue helmets, and then, of course, on the other side.
Free kick out of bounds. Ball will be placed at the 40. First down.
There you go. So the ball will be placed at the 40. Jonas is trying to figure out his headset over here. Want to make sure you like, subscribe, do all the things on our YouTube channel. We're trying to grow the platform. Of course, once football season is over, we'll eventually kind of make our way over to the hardwood and do some basketball coverage. But we're here tonight and, of course, over the next week as well. So here's 1st and 10. It's going to be a handoff to Jamarcus Smith. He's going to gain about 4 yards on the play. That's a guy that they're going to feed early and often here tonight, Jonas, as he's a guy that is kind of like the catalyst that makes this offense go.
Yes, it is. We're going to have to see some huge things from the Plainsmen defensive. I feel like we've seen a lot of lacking from them, and we've seen a lot of lacking from the Plainsmen defensive over the time, and I think that there's a possibility that they could kick it in tonight, or it could just go the same old it has been this season. And we're going to see from Coronado, we're going to see these star players, Des Williams, all of these people, they're going to be out here, and they're going to be working. And so we're about to see this.
It's going to be another handoff to Jamarcus Smith here on second down, patiently waiting behind his offensive lineman there. You know, Coach Thrash talking about him, he thinks, you know, the keys to victory for him tonight is just don't beat yourself and play well. That's what he talked about with his team coming into this week. Don't beat yourself and play well, and the cards should fall in your favor tonight. Of course, both teams, as you saw in that graphic coming into this game, are 1-3 in district play. Both teams have to win both of these games to be able to have a shot of making the postseason.
Next game is Tascosa, right, Ward?
Sounds correct. I know, and I believe that's for Coronado. So here we are, 3rd down and 4 on this opening drive tonight for Monterey. And there's going to be a penalty here. Oh, I'd rather not. A timeout on the field. Of course, all of our timeouts this season are presented by UMC Children's Hospital. Thank you to UMC Children's for supporting us here at Lubbock ISD TV. Of course, U.S. News and World Report selected UMC as the best regional hospital in the state of Texas for the Panhandle Plains region. There are over 600 hospitals in Texas. U.S. News and World Report ranks UMC 14th among all ranked hospitals. That's a pretty cool stat right there, right?
That's 100 hospitals in Texas. That's a lot. If you do the math of how many cities there are in Texas, it's almost a UMC in every single city. Maybe if you are missing out on it, maybe if you have more than just one. We know we have one in Lubbock, and we are very grateful for them sponsoring us.
Yeah, grateful because they're helping us send our students to our competitions and all of that different stuff. So here we are, again, on this first drive. It's been back-to-back handoffs to Jamarcus Smith to start things out. See trips here on this close side in the pistol formation. Arrington looking over here to the sideline. You know, the Plainsmen, they wanted the ball here. I believe they won the toss and selected to have the ball to get things started. Here's your 3rd and 4. It's going to be another handoff to Smith. Great cut. He's got the first down as he gets across the 50. Move the chains. Jamarcus Smith, 3 carries in a row.
That was a good yard gain right there. We saw him cut straight through the center, and that worked out for that play. We'll see if they can keep doing this, see if they'll cook other things up in the pot.
Jamarcus Smith, you know, didn't have his normal game that he normally has last week, and that's why we spotlighted Des Williams in the pregames, because he really stood out last week. But you see here a heavy dose of number 17 to get things started. Of course, he's kind of like the fire of the team. He's the emotional guy, and of course, he also could rattle off big runs and big gains on any play.
We've seen him be a huge playmaker, and we're hoping to see some huge plays from him today.
Coronado's defense this season, as we get into this play, and it's going to be a gain of a few on the play. The Mustangs have been known as a high-flying offense for a long time, but now they're playing great defense and complementary football. They're figuring out what works, and it's been working for them this season. They've been playing a good brand of football, and a guy that really stood out to me in their last home game, Jonas, was Abraham Ragland, or Abe Ragland. He seemed like he's all over the field. He wears number 0 for Coronado. He's got all the pink, the long sleeve pink going on for him at the corner spot, but he really stood out to me. He can get downfield. He can make plays, especially when they're trying to throw the ball his way. Here's 2nd down and 6.
Let's see if he's still on a roll.
Yeah, you want to carry the hot hand. Jamarcus Smith not getting much there. Maybe a yard on that play. It's going to be 3rd down and long. That's 5 consecutive plays that they've handed the ball off to number 17. Of course, we alluded to in the pregame, Jonas, 75% of the offense, of total offense for this Monterey team is running the football. And that's been in their signature all season long, is establish the running game and play great defense. And that sounds like a key to success for me right there.
Sounds like a huge key to success. Defense can be such an important part of the game. And so we're just going to see if the Monterey defensive is living up to the name that they've been making for themselves this season.
It's another handoff to Jamarcus Smith. Powering through, breaking away through a few tackles. He's got the first down. Another big carry for number 17. He's had all the touches tonight so far for Monterey. You hear the energy here at the stadium tonight. Of course, this is a game that a lot of people have circled on their calendars every year, right? My dad's a graduate of Coronado, and I tell this story every time we do a Coronado-Monterey game. He does not like Monterey, and it's because it's a friendly rivalry, right? They know each other from the other sideline. They probably grew up playing sports together, and so it's personal for these guys. 1st and 10, another carry for Jamarcus Smith. His feet are still moving, but multiple Mustangs rattle him down right there. Willie Parker will be the one that finishes him off. He's the 2nd leading tackler for Coronado this season.
He got consistently drove back on that.
You see him on this instant replay here. He didn't even have a chance to get to the original line of scrimmage before Willie Parker had his hands around him trying to take him backwards.
You can see him trying to fight out of that, and he did a good job staying on his feet, but finally number 3 took him down and set him on the grass.
Result of the play.
All right, it's going to be 2nd down. Again, on this opening drive, it's all been Jamarcus Smith and trying to establish dominance at that line of scrimmage, right? It's when you run the ball like this, it's our will versus your will. Who's going to win? And Coronado's been making stops. It's just been the 3rd down that Monterey's really been successful on. Here's a successful play. It's a Williams cutting left, getting into the 10-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal for Monterey. Great carry there by Des Williams.
That was a huge yard gain, broke right through the center and continued to carry on. He saw an opportunity and he saw a needle and he took it. Yeah, he did. He had 80 yards in his last game, bolstered with a great 49-yard touchdown run. And he's, you know, we talk about feeding the hot hand. That was Jamarcus Smith, right? You love seeing him get into the game right here. You can really see why that 89-yard gain that he got last game. Yeah, 80 yards here. 80 yard. 1st and goal from the 7-yard line. It's going to be another handoff to Williams. Stiff-arming a guy and hitting that outside corner. He's got one man to beat, and he'll be slung down. That was a tough tackle there by Alan Gant. Of course, Gant is a next-level prospect, and you see why right there. He took a great pursuit angle and made a great open field tackle right there, and that was a tough tackle. Put a lot of pressure on that, kept him kind of running, cornering him until he saw the opportunity, and he absolutely slingshot him out of the turf. Yeah, the turf got him there, huh? Oh, the tarp. 2nd down and 4 from the 4 now as we approaching the 7-minute mark here in the 1st quarter. Great opening drive here so far from Monterey. They've been able to convert on 3rd down. They've been efficiently getting 5 to 6 yards on these plays. It's going to be another handoff to Jamarcus Smith, and no, sir. 2 Mustangs took him down. We saw Willie Parker again just kind of slingshot him right back out of that center, tried to run that center play and shot him right out. Yeah, and it was Zacavian Washington as well. You see both of these guys just not allowing him to get anything, right? They hit him and they drove him backwards, as Jonas was saying earlier. So 3rd down and 5. They've been perfect tonight on 3rd down so far. Oh, Willie Parker once again. This time it was the fullback and he didn't allow anything there. Willie Parker really making a lot of stops, making sure they can't get into the end zone right here. Yeah, and you see him like stretching out his shoulders right there. Here's the instant replay. You don't see a lot of fullback action. Of course, that was Zach White. They got him listed as a tight end, but in that formation, he was kind of lined up like a fullback. It was a dive up the middle, and the Mustangs read it to perfection. So it's 4th and 4. And as I'm looking down here on the field, it looks like Coach Thrash is going to go for it. You see the coaches calling in the plays. And they are going to go for it. 4th and 4 from their own 4. This is a big play here in the shotgun trips formation. And it's going to be a timeout by Monterey.
Timeout, Monterey.
This can be a huge moment right here. First touchdown of the game. We're going to really see this come through. We're going to see if the Monterey Plainsmen get it here right after this. So Sanaya, we have a UMC Children's Hospital timeout, but we have a sideline interview with our coaches with Sanaya McCullough. Sanaya, what do you have for us here tonight?
Hey, Coach Thrash. Tonight's a big game for you and the seniors. I mean, you and Coronado have been playing since 1966. What is your plan for tonight's game?
Just to treat it like any other game. You know, we're going to come out, we're going to play hard, we're going to play as a team, and again, this is just an ordinary game for us. You know, we don't talk about rivals, we don't talk about that. We just talk about doing our job to the best of our ability and playing hard.
That's a great way to view it. And what is one thing you want to put in your opponent's mind this first quarter?
just that we're a team that we play, that's going to stay together, and we're going to play, extremely hard. We've got a bunch of tough guys. Our kids are really tough, and we play a tough physical brand of football, and, we want them to know, that we play a physical brand of football.
All right, thank you, and best of luck tonight.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Yes,
All right, thanks so much tonight, and Coach Thrash. Of course, we'll hear from Coach Mann in just a little bit, because this is a big 4th down, 4th and 4 from their own 4, and you're seeing a unique formation here.
This is huge.
Arrington in the shotgun, Smith to his left. Some pre-snap movement. Arrington rolling to his left. He looks like he's going to run it, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds. He's not going to get it. It looked like he was trying to look downfield right there, Jonas, but he didn't see anything. Decided to tuck it and run, and that's a turnover on downs. Rod Humes going to get credit for the tackle. Look at this instant replay. As you see there, that's a good quarterback. He's looking downfield, trying to find the open man. Great defense. Tip your cap to the secondary for Coronado. So here comes this Coronado offense for the first time tonight, with Isaiah Vasquez leading the charge. Jonas, I was down on the field pregame, and Vasquez, man, he throws a pretty ball. He looks like a quarterback. When it comes out of his hand, it looks just so natural. Here's the first carry on the first down. Demarion Finch, great cut and another great run. He's got a lot of space in front of him and a blocker to go. He'll be tackled and pushed out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Great run there to get things going for Coronado. It's Demarion Finch.
That was a huge play, 37-yard gain. That is amazing. We're hoping to see a little bit more of him, and we saw him just absolutely break from the crowd and move out.
It was an impressive run, and earlier in the pregame show, we were talking about how you want to see Coronado's offensive line step up tonight, right? We want to be able to establish dominance on that line of scrimmage. Abilene High kind of exposed them a little bit, and tonight you want to see them step up. In that first play, it looked really good. We're going to hear from our officiating crew.
Personal foul, late hit, number 30. 15 yards added on it in the run. First down.
That's going to go against the Monterey Plainsmen. So you talked about how big of a gain that was. Tack on another 15 yards, and all of a sudden Coronado is in Monterey territory.
Well past the half-yard line. 50-yard line. We're going to see this, see how this plays out, see how the Plainsmen respond to this. Let's hope the defense steps up.
Got Vasquez in the shotgun, 3 wide receivers total. Finch to his left. Looks like some 12 personnel it is. 3-step drop, coming to this right side, a high arcing pass. And I don't think they just saw it. L.A. Williams there was looking at his quarterback right there. I just think he lost the ball right there as it soared over his head. I love how they're attacking them already. They're trying to go for a big play here right off the start. Here's the instant replay of it.
Which is huge. This is what we were talking about. They need that energy, and they're coming out with energy. We see it.
He kind of lost it there. And you know what? He was in that tricky spot, Jonas, where that light might have been able to catch him right there. So here's 2nd down and 10. Love seeing the hand in the dirt with some tight end. It's Demarion Finch. Another great run. He's going to get a first down and more. He's still on his feet. What a gain. That's a 20-yard run right there by Demarion Finch.
Coronado was coming out with that energy. It's huge. We see him making these amazing plays. They're being risky this game, and we like to see it. It provides great content, and we're going to see how the Plainsmen respond to that.
Oh, I like that. Great content. Yeah, that was a great run right there by Demarion Finch. He's following his blockers. His guys are getting out there and laying some good blocks for him. So here we are, 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. It's been a good drive here for Coronado. Finch is going to gain about a yard on that play. You notice this, Jonas, everywhere. Pink everywhere, right? Noticed it all month, specifically watching games here at Lowry. Of course, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I kind of rocked the pink here a little bit tonight. And you see that, of course, in the stands. It's neon night for what looks to be both of these teams.
We can definitely see the pink, so
it's 2nd down and 9 here. The video board seems to be not caught up after that big play. Here's Vasquez on this carry, hitting that corner and stepping out of bounds. He's going to be about a yard short of that first down, Jonas. It's going to be 3rd and 1. And that's manageable, right? 3rd and 1. Your whole playbook is wide open for you.
You got a lot on your table, and you got to make your choice. And we're going to see if they keep going risky or if they start playing a little bit, start stepping off the gas.
I think, it's 3rd and 7. He must have stepped out of bounds. As we saw there on the instant replay, it looked like he got across the 20-yard line, but you see where they have the ball. He must have stepped out of bounds at the 23. Kind of changes things a little bit. Got trips here on this close side. Vasquez in the shotgun. He's looking to his right. He's going to feel some pressure, and he's going to get sacked on the play. Coming in off the left side of it was that was Jaron Gomez. Gomez came flying off of that left side there.
That was perfectly timed.
And Vasquez had no chance.
That was perfectly timed, too. You could see Isaiah Vasquez starting to wind up. He was about to make a throw right there, and then just out of the slingshot, rammed him and sacked him from the back.
Yeah, that's one of those safety blitzes right there, coming off that edge. Vasquez didn't see him coming. And that's a big sack there from Monterey, causing a 4th down and long. That puts them out of field goal range. And so they're going for it here.
We see the Plainsmen defensive being, I feel, a little bit more aggressive right now, which is something that we've kind of lacked recently, and they're definitely trying to set their legacy.
Here's a 3-step drop over the middle. Oh, almost intercepted. He was trying to go for Dom Parrish, and it's going to be a turnover on downs. Both defenses allowing yards, but like they say in sports, bend, don't break, and neither defense broke on their first drives.
That was incredible play right there. We can feel the tension. We can see the energy on the field. We can see Coronado trying to make those big plays on the offensive line, and we can see the defensive line from Monterey just keeping up, pushing on that fight.
I know our didn't mean to cut you off there, Jonas. I know our sideline reporter Sanaya McCullough got an interview with Coach Mann. I know we have it in the truck, and I'm excited to see it. If we can, go ahead and toss to it.
Thank you, Mr. Ward. Coach Mann, tonight's a big game. Tensions are high. What is one thing you want to do to attack that Monterey defense?
We got to be able to run the ball. It's a fun game. These kids really like each other. I mean, they go to church with each other. They play Little League with each other. So it's all good. It's going to be a fun game.
All right, and with that being a big game, what is –
you good, baby. You good. You good. You good. You good. You good.
Sorry, I'm kind of –
No, you good. You good. You good.
Right. Wait, let me get a breather.
Both of these teams fired up, and of course it's a friendly rivalry, right? Both teams take pride in their school. Jamarcus Smith here on 1st down, continuing to push forward. He's going to gain about 7 on that play.
Felt like he was propelling through water right there. We know how tough it is to move through water, and he just kept doing it. All these big dudes on him, and he just kept trucking. We see that. There's just huge perseverance from this kid.
You know what he's really good at? You saw it there on that instant replay. He's really good at having the ball, like let's say in his left hand, and using his right hand to swipe arms away from defenders, not allowing them to be able to grab him. That's an efficient way to run right there. I like it. 3rd and 4 now for the Plainsmen. Ooh, we see Ragland coming up and playing some press defense down here below. The box is loaded for Coronado. Can Monterey get it? And they do. That's impressive right there. When you have that many defenders in the box like that, Jonas, and you're still able to run the football like you do right there. You see it here on this instant replay. How many Mustangs were loaded up in that box right there?
There was definitely
at least 7.
Amount.
So that's an impressive run right there for Monterey. Of course, like we said, they love to run the ball. They love to establish the ground game and, of course, play great defense. So from the 45, Arrington going to the air this time. A great-looking pass. Bobbled up. Oh, and they're going to say it's incomplete. Abraham Ragland's running with it right now. The official is running close here to this sideline. You see him sprinting, and he blew the play dead.
We saw that. That was an extreme risky move, which is something that we need to see from the Monterey offensive. When we first saw them, they were kind of playing a little bit more conservatively, a little bit, just getting a little bit of gain. And then Coronado came out with the pistol load, and they just shot it. They were making risky plays. And then we see Monterey. We see them trying to make a risky play.
Yeah,
and
I was looking at that play there, Jonas, and it was Christian Williams, and they blew it dead. You saw Coach Thrash in the background saying it was no good. Finish your thought, though.
And we saw
Oh, what a hit.
Oh.
Behind the line of scrimmage, Deuce Moore was trying to carry that ball, but instantly swallowed up by Malachi McDonald. That was another impressive hit right there by the Coronado defense. It was probably, the snap probably didn't allow Deuce Moore to be able to get a good chance of getting a running start on it, but McDonald swallowed him up right there. That was impressive. See the coaches here on the sideline, Jonas, holding up these signs, having some players so that the offensive coaches can't be seen by anybody but the players.
Which is really good. And keeping your plays concealed and everything. We're going to see the offensive from the Plainsmen start off the play.
Yeah, looking to the right. Oh, and in and out of the hands of Cash Lewis. Lewis there had a 5-yard slant, but that was a bullet pass and went in and out of his hands.
It was close, but just a little bit too loose right there, and then ended up fumbling it.
I'd call a fastball on that one. He zipped that one right there to Cash Lewis. And that's going to bring out the punt team for the first time today.
We could see Demarion Finch up on it, who Luke Arrington was passing to.
Oh, that was not Demarion Finch. That was Cash Lewis. Got the rosters right there. It happens. All right, so here's the punt team from Monterey. An end-over-end kick. Alan Gant's going to let that one bounce. Can Monterey stop it? Get out of bounds. Wow, it's going to be down on the inside of the 1-yard line. Great maneuver there by Jaron Gomez. That's the second time we've called his name tonight. He's been playing big.
That was an opportunity. He saw that. He took that. You could see he had some fire on his boots when he was running.
Absolutely. And then, he had to have the football IQ and the smarts to know, catch this ball, get out of bounds, and do not let it go into the blue turf, because then we'd be talking about a whole different scenario on where this Coronado team's coming out to start this drive.
And we saw him just barely pick it up out of the green before it hit the blue.
So here comes Vasquez standing on the B in Lubbock. If you're Monterey, you're probably bringing some pressure. It's a handoff to Finch. He'll get out of the end zone, but just barely. He's going to be marked down at the 1.5-yard line. If you're Coronado, that's what you got to do. You got to give yourself some breathing room so that you're not in the end zone. But if you're Monterey, that's a great way to play defense right there.
And trying to breathe all up and down their necks, which is exactly what Coronado is trying to stop. And it might be working. We're about to see that happen, hoping to get the first touchdown.
All right, Jonas, coming up in the second quarter, I'm going to ask you a question, okay? Be ready for it, okay?
I got it.
It's about a trophy. You see there on the instant replay, great look by our camera 3 on how close he is and how he had to get out of that end zone. You have a chance, and they're going to wait it out, and it's going to be the end of the first quarter. We're all knotted up at 0. This one's been a lot of fun. Coronado's got the ball for their second time tonight, and we're going to see what they do with it. They're backed up deep, though, in their own territory. When we come back, we'll have more exciting action under the Friday Night Lights here at Lowry Field. All right, we're back. 0-0 after the first quarter, and you know what? This is a big-time rivalry, right? They've been playing since 1966. This is the 46th game that these two teams have played. Jonas, my question that I alluded to earlier, Monterey versus Lubbock High has the Spurs. There's not a trophy for Coronado versus Monterey. Do you think the coaches would like one? I think it'd be cool.
I think it would be. I think it would become a time-honored tradition.
Absolutely
Passing back the trophy back and forth for the battle just represents the camaraderie and the rivalry, but also represents the teams and highlights their achievements.
I think it'd be cool. And I think, there's already a lot in this game. Players are fired up, obviously, right? I just think it would add an extra element. You know what I'm saying? A little more.
A little more flair, a little bit more pizzazz.
A little bit more. All right, we got some stats from the first half. Thank you to our awesome LISD crew up here that helps provide these. Of course, big play here and a big catch. Cyril Garrett getting the first down. Vasquez was feeling some pressure in the pocket, standing in the blue turf, but we do have a flag on the play.
See the official review.
On the defense. Penalties decline. Result of the play is a first down.
All right, so there you go. Result of the play is a first down. They started this drive at the 1.5-yard line. They were able to get the big first down that they needed right there to continue on in this drive. And a lot of times, right, little wins could add up to big wins. And that was a little win right there for the Mustangs to start out this second quarter. Want to thank, we're over 100 people watching here tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Of course, make sure you like it and share the feed. Let everybody know that we're broadcasting this game here tonight here at Lowry Field. I'm going to come back to you about talking about the trophy, Jonas, right? They compete for Spurs in that game. What kind of trophy would it be then?
It's a great question. Maybe a saddle.
Like a
Plainsmen saddle up on the horse. The Matadors have a saddle on their back.
Okay. So I saw a golden tumbleweed trophy this summer that I thought looked pretty cool. It kind of, celebrated Lubbock. Vasquez rolling here. Great catch. Popped immediately, but still standing. Cash Lewis made the initial contact and had to wrap up the receiver. Great way to stand tall there for Coronado. I think that's Cyril Garrett wearing number 13 tonight.
That.
I can't tell because we don't have a 13 on the Coronado roster.
That was big. He just kept standing. We've seen this a lot. We've seen so many people attempting to tackle and put him down on the turf, but they're standing. They're moving their feet still.
That wasn't Cyril Garrett. I see Cyril Garrett on that 30-yard line on the far side. So we're going to have to get a name for number 13. Hear the drum line going here. This is a third down. Can Monterey stand tall again? Great step in front of the receiver. That was Jaron Gomez once again. Gomez just reaching his hand out there right there, Jonas, deflecting that ball away. And here comes the punt team for Coronado.
It's that football IQ we were talking about. He read the play, he saw it, and he tried to block it.
That was awesome. Of course, the punter for Coronado is Jared Owens. This will be his first time coming out tonight to punt. Jonas, he's a left-footed punter. I don't know why I say that every game. It's unique.
It's something a little different, something that you might not see. A lot of people are right-footed.
Well, and it might come off of his foot differently, right? It's when you see the ball come out of a left-handed quarterback's hand, it looks different than it does coming out of a right-handed quarterback's hand. And so maybe the kick could look different. He does get a good bounce right here as it curls back in and will be down at the 37-yard line. So this is the third time Monterey's coming out on offense. Of course, they had a really long and efficient drive that took them into the red zone and even into a first-and-goal situation, but they were stopped by that Monterey defense. And then, of course, the last time they had to punt as well. And so you want to, if you're getting close, but you're not hitting it yet. If you're Monterey, you're wanting to hit it this time, right?
You're wanting to nail the play. You're wanting to hit it. You want to hit the nail right on the head of the hammer.
Run.
Before we get ready to start this drive, we want to give a shout-out to our food sponsor tonight. Chick-fil-A took care of our crew. Jonas, what is your favorite drink from Chick-fil-A?
Man, I got to say it's the lemonade.
It is the lemonade. They turn lemons into lemonade. When life gives you lemons, of course, you got to do it. They make 7.5 million gallons of lemonade. That's what Chick-fil-A does. We thank them for sponsoring our food for us this year.
I'm just saying, it's a lot of lemonade. I'd be dreaming, but at the same time, I don't know how much of a dream it would be with that much.
So it's 121 million cups, 250 million lemons per year. That's insane. Of course, I had a drink of lemonade here tonight because they brought lemonade.
Thank you, Chick-fil-A, once again for helping out our crew.
Yeah, absolutely. 1st and 10 now from the 43. Jamarcus Smith on the carry, and he's going to go right behind the guard in the center. Another great gain. He's going to be about 3 or 4 yards short of the first down.
And you saw he just kept – it's incredible to see what some of these people do. They have 10, 7, 8 people on them, and they just move through it. They just keep moving and doing their thing.
In the first quarter, Jamarcus Smith had 10 carries for 37 yards. His longest was a 9-yard run, but he was efficient, right?
He was very efficient, and we saw that in the play, in the yard gain that he gained.
So here's 2nd down and 3. The clock churning because they've been running the ball. Deuce Moore not getting anything on that carry. A whole slew of Mustangs will get credit for the tackle. Zakavian Washington was the one that got his arms around him. Great job by that Coronado defense. You know, coaches preach all the time. They want to see all 11 hats get to the football. He was able to break, Deuce Moore was able to break away from one Mustang, but then there was 4 more right behind him, ready to make a play.
Swarming to him like bees to honey.
Absolutely, 3rd and 4. Arrington was able to get that handoff, but the Mustangs were all over him. Willie Parker causes a 4th down.
We see the Coronado defense doing an amazing job right here, keeping them from really getting serious gains. Even though there's a little bit of slip, they come back and just keep stopping them. And even though the Plainsmen are getting these little wins, it's still a lot better compared to some of the big ones that Coronado is stopping.
I like what you said there. They give up little slips, right? But they get back up, and they've been impressive so far, stopping this Monterey run. Of course, like we said, Monterey is a running team. When you look at the numbers, Monterey averages 333 yards per game. Almost 75% of it's on the ground. Speaking of running, it's Jamarcus Smith. It's going to come down to the spot of the play. It's going to be really close if he gets that 1st down. I bet they bring the chains out to measure it. Willie Parker saying he didn't get it, and so is Coach Mann. Here's the instant replay from camera 5. They're going to have to bring out the chain crew for this one, Jonas, because it's close.
It was extremely close.
It looks like they're going to be a little short, though, and they are. It's going to be a turnover on downs. Coronado does it again, another 4 and out. Now that I think about it, I said that Monterey brought out the punt team, but I don't think they have. I think it's been nothing but 4 and outs today for that offense. They've been held.
Mustangs now holding the ball, hoping to make a play here, maybe get something big out of this.
Of course, this season, Coronado's offense has tallied a little over 2,000 yards, averaging 250 yards per game. It's going to be a handoff to, it's going to be a keeper for Vasquez. He's trying to hit the outside corner, and once again, coming in from the cornerback spot, Jaron Gomez, hitting him low and taking him down.
You saw Isaiah Vasquez find a little bit of an opening there and started moving along, started finding it, and then he just got stopped in his path, and it's something great that we're seeing from Monterey defense.
Yeah, Vasquez made the right read right there, right? He could have handed the ball off, but Finch got hit immediately, so he made the right read trying to carry it himself, but it's the Monterey defense didn't allow him to get anything after that. It's going to be a handoff this time to Finch. He hits the corner to the 40, 50. He's got some breakaway speed, a great stutter step, 30, 20, 10. Can he make it? He will. Give him 6. That's a 66-yard touchdown run by Demarion Finch, and they take the lead here in this early part of the game.
That is, in fact, the first touchdown of the game in the second quarter. Great job from Demarion Finch. He saw that opening, and he moved. He moved, and you could see the footprints left behind on the turf. He had fire coming out of those boots.
I like that. No,
10-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
So, after all of that, the excitement of what could have been a touchdown run for Coronado is immediately taken off of the board. The dirty laundry was at the 35-yard line, and this one's coming back.
We're going to see if Coronado's going to attempt to do something like that, see if they find another opening, or if the Plainsmen are going to be a little bit more careful after that and just barely getting away with that.
Yeah, that keeps you on your toes a little bit right there, right? That keeps you on your toes. But at the same time, on the other side of the field for Coronado, that's a gut punch right there, right? You got to be able to bounce back from this, as it's now 2nd down and 18 from your 25.
And there was a lot of pressure, there's a lot of build up to that moment as he was running and just having it called off. They just got to have some more energy coming back out of it.
You see the Mustangs looking to the sideline. Gavin Gordiola, that middle linebacker there, looking like he was going to bring some pressure through the A-gap. Let's see if he does it here. He's going to go off the side. Oh, and Coronado saw it. They're going to gain a solid 6 yards on that play. 2nd down and 18 turns into 3rd and 12. You saw that there by the linebacker, looking like he was going to go through the A-gap, bounces it outside, and then you see the Coronado Mustangs try to attack that.
I think right now is a little bit of a crucial time because both of them may have just gotten a little bit of pressure built up. Monterey seeing what could have happened.
Pressure, yeah.
Monterey seeing what could have happened as he almost made that touchdown, and then Coronado feeling a little tender from that bounce back from not necessarily making it. And both of them now just have to come out with a little bit more energy than the last. Oh, and we have a catch.
Yeah, we do. Great pass, great catch.
Cavante Carr just barely getting shoved out of the sidelines. Great job from him catching that and making a yard gain.
Yeah, and the Monterey Plainsmen having to keep their head on a swivel on the sideline, having to jump over him. But you see the defender there, Gomez, trying to bite in front of it and punch it out like he did moments ago. And in those moments, it's either a hit or miss, a home run or a strikeout. And he struck out there as Carr gets the 1st down. Oh, and a bad snap. Flags come flying in, and they're going to blow the play dead. We're going to hear from our official here.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
All right, it's going to back him up 5 yards. Again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in on Lubbock ISD's YouTube channel. Every camera that you're seeing here displayed tonight, we got a lot of them out here, is being run and operated by one of our very own Lubbock ISD TV students. We're so grateful for them showing up. We even got extras out here working here, Jonas. I see some extra people up here getting ready to go on cameras, waiting for their turn, and you love to see it.
I mean, this is a huge game. This is one that's been hyped up, and everybody wants to see it. And so we have a lot of students coming in, and we all of us really appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun. Nothing beats the red tally light and being live, you know. And it's a great hands-on learning experience for all of our students. Of course, Lopez on that carry right there. Not getting much, and it's because, again, that Monterey defense, they're showing how stout they are and how they can come out here and play a physical brand of football. 2nd and 15. I love watching these coaches here on the sideline, Jonas, how animated they are as they're trying to make, calling their plays and making some adjustments in between plays.
They have energy, and they want their kids to feel that energy too. Oh, number 9 passes and a successful pass, number 4, and then just shut down by 43.
Yeah, that was Don Parrish on the reception right there. Great way to step up in the pocket was Vasquez. He was feeling the pressure. And again, I talk about it all the time with him. His footwork and the way he's able to avoid the pressure there was beautiful. And it's going to be 3rd down and 11 after that completion to Don Parrish.
And that's why we talked about Don Parrish before kickoff, because he's been making plays, and we see it right now.
Yeah, he's a guy that where number 4 is at. He looks so on the roster here for us tonight, and you can see it yourself right there. You go across to number 4. He's listed as an athlete, and he's every bit of an athlete. He looks the part out there, and he can make some big plays out there. 3rd down and 11. Vasquez 3-step drop. Had a great pocket, slings it, and it's going to be a catch. It's going to be short of the 1st down. That's our number 13 right there.
Amazing pass from Coronado's quarterback.
Yeah, that was Vasquez there. You see him. That's a again 3-step drop. Go and he throws it perfectly as he hits his drop, leans forward and throws it. I'm geeking out about his technique out here.
It's beautiful. It just looks flow. He's got something that maybe a lot of other schools don't have, and Coronado's got to be happy to have him.
He's had some good coaching. You could see it. You can appreciate. I can appreciate some good quarterback footwork. Here's 4th and 5. This is a big one. There's going to be a timeout on the field, of course. All of our timeouts this season are
First
UMC
charge
Children's
timeout of the half.
timeouts. UMC Children's Hospital is proud to serve all of the children of West Texas and eastern New Mexico through a state-of-the-art Children's Hospital and the region's only Level 1 trauma center and burn unit. UMC Children's is located at 602 Indiana Avenue, and we thank them for supporting Lubbock ISD TV.
They continue to do amazing work, and we are really grateful for them giving all of these players an opportunity, being able to make this happen. And so it's only right that we give them an opportunity to get seen. And if you need help, please go to UMC's Children's Hospital.
There you go. Yeah, it's on the second floor of their main building. They've taken care of my kids, that's for sure. Super grateful for them. You see the bands over there, of course. It's marching season. I'm not 100% sure. I should have done my research on it. You know, a lot of these bands, Jonas, go and compete, and they have chances to advance to the state marching contest, and they do these beautiful shows with all these props and flags and all the extra things. And I'm going to go ask during halftime if they advance to state, because that would be really cool. But they put on a great show. We saw them during Band Extravaganza, and they put in so much time, work, and effort into these shows. And
we can definitely see the color guard moving up and messing around over there, getting ready for the halftime show as we are 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in the second quarter.
Yeah, and we were just told by our producer that area competition is tomorrow. And so on a backwards pass, they had a chance to throw it. He decides to tuck it and run. Great job there by the Coronado Mustang. That's the real Garrett. Garrett had the chance, Jonas, to throw it there, but shows off the wheels and how smart he is for tucking it and running right there.
Might as well put a V8 in him because he's going to keep going and he's going to go fast. And he made that. That was incredible, getting near the 30-yard mark.
Yeah, he planted his foot and decided to run it and made the right decision. So going back to band real quick before we continue this drive. Tomorrow is the area competition. Thank you to our producer in the truck for letting me know. So best of luck to our Lubbock ISD bands as they'll compete here tomorrow. It's going to be a handoff to Damarian Finch on first down. He'll get to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 3 on that play. You'll take that, right? You'll take that. You'll get 3-4 yards because eventually those 3 to 4 yards will move the chains. They do.
Stack up over time. If you run that 3 times, look at that. You've already gained 12 yards.
You know, last year we were talking pregame, me and one of our LISD TV students, about how do we think this game's going to go. 16-12 was the final score last year.
Oof.
It was a battle, a knockout, and 16-12 was the final. And I kind of told him I expect something similar tonight, and we are seeing it so far as that run goes for another 3 yards.
We have not yet a single score down on the scoreboard. It is 0-all, and we're almost done with the second quarter. You can see how much these teams care and how much they fight and how the tension. It's crazy. Everyone's going, and they really want this, and you can tell.
I haven't sat down yet. I have a few times, but I think I've been pacing. I'm going to put some marks on the floor here with how much I'm pacing. So 3rd down and 4 here. If you're Coronado, you want to get the 4 here. You don't want to get another 3. It's a handoff to Finch. He falls forward, and he's going to be about a yard short. So another run and another 3 yards. It's going to be 4th down and 1.
We saw him try to go through the center right there and then just barely missed it. Ended up going over dog pile. Looks like he tripped over, and there it is.
Yep. It's exactly what you saw there, Jonas. Big 4th down. It looks like Vasquez is going to go under center.
The horse ended up on his back. Oh.
Did he get it? It looks like he's going to get it. He needed about half a yard on that play, and that's the right call. Going under center and pushing forward. It's a play that you're seeing a lot now in the NFL. We saw Lubbock High kind of run it last week. And here's a version of it for Coronado.
You saw Nick Garcia on the floor there on the last bit of the highlight. Number 77 on Coronado's team. A little disappointed that they did not make it to the 20-yard mark.
Yeah, it's just like you were talking about, the feeling of the game. But they got what they wanted, and that was the 1st down. So it's going to be another carry. This, again, Damarian Finch made one cut but brought down pretty quick. Finch has been a guy that they've featured a lot tonight, and he's a guy that they want to feature a lot because if they can get him established, it will open up that passing game so well. Of course, Finch has some next-level potential, and I remember one of my LIC TV students telling me he got an offer recently.
That's great for him. It's awesome to see the local kids that work hard, and we see them, and they're getting offers. And just barely missed it.
Yeah, Gomez had a chance. If he was able to gather that one in, he would have took it the distance right there.
A huge opening. Didn't seem like there was a lot of coverage on that side. And then the person who passed the ball saw that, and they threw that, and then it was just barely missed.
Yeah, he threw that specifically in a spot where Carr would be the only one that could have come away with it. It was the batted ball was the reason why the defender had a chance. So here we are, 3rd down and 8, 44 seconds to go in this first half. Vasquez got trips on that far side. You got to think they're going to get it to that far side.
We can see the color guard.
Yeah, you
twirling.
see,
They're
see
getting
him,
excited.
Yeah, you see the coach there flexing too. That might mean strong side. Who knows? They go to the weak side. It's Carr one-on-one, overthrown.
That was an amazing opportunity right there. The Coronado had the right idea, and it was just a little long. And who knows what's going on in the throw. Just a little less might have sent it right under. A little, and what we saw, which was a little more, just sent it right over. And it looked like it was about 6-7 feet away.
Yeah, that was that end zone fade right there. And
attempting to pass to Cavante Carr.
Yeah, and so here we are, the field goal opportunity for the Coronado Mustangs. They have this thing teed up at the 26-yard line, so this will be a 36-yard field goal opportunity for Christian Sanchez. Could he get the first points on the board? End over end kick. It was low, but no good.
See, it was a little low.
It might have been a little to the left or the right.
We still have 0-0 on the scoreboard. This is tight. This is intense. And we only have 30 seconds left in the second quarter. You can see how much the people want it.
You can feel how much Jonas wants it. This has been a lot of fun. We'll see this extra point here. Oh, yeah, he booted it to the left. You know, from our point of view up here in the press box, we don't get to see how far left it was. That was really far left right there.
To me, I saw it, and then I kind of lost track of it, and I was like, oh, was that in? And then it was just out a little left, and just goes to show that the lighting will mess with your eyes.
Yeah, and all about point of view and perspective, too. Like our point of view, it looked like it went right through, to be honest with you. But that's why they have the officials down there. They told us it was no good. So here we are, 1st and 10 for Monterey with 33 seconds to go. If you want to see what kind of arm Arrington has here, right?
The ball is in the Plainsmen, and they have an opportunity to make a huge play. 33 seconds left in the second quarter. This could be huge. We're going to see where he passes. Oh, and he throws. And it's a little
incomplete. Yeah, they blew the play dead before it even started. We're going to hear from our official.
Timeout, Coronado. Second charge timeout of the half.
All right, again, that's a UMC Children's Hospital timeout for us.
Thank you so much for sponsoring and giving us this opportunity.
So, technically speaking, if you really dive into the possibilities when it comes to playoff seeding, there's a chance that if a couple of teams help out the Plainsmen, as well as Coronado, by getting some wins, and the Plainsmen go 2-0 or Coronado goes 2-0 in these 2 weeks, they could make the playoffs, and even Monterey could be the 3 seed in the playoffs. And so, again, that's if all the cards go right with other teams helping them out. But at the end of the day, both teams know they got to win tonight.
And right now, the first card is uncertain. It's not yet turned over on the table, and we're going to see this is tight. I cannot emphasize this enough.
Now, thinking with 28 seconds to go, now 33 seconds to go, Monterey's been known to do some trick plays. They love the trick plays. They're always looking for new ways to advance the ball, and one of the ways to do that is trick plays. Teams that play in October and beyond, well, they have a whole bunch of these trick plays in their arsenal. Do we see one here?
It's going to be huge. We're going to see where Arrington goes, what play the Monterey Plainsmen go with on the offensive line.
All right, here it is. The clap, the snap. Arrington feeling some pressure. Going to this right side here. Cash Lewis had a one-on-one opportunity. He did the right thing there by tipping it up in the air, and there's a flag that comes flying in. Something must have been said after the play.
We saw Cash Lewis go for that, and there's just somebody right on his back, and it was hard to tell. Let's hear from the officials.
Yeah, that's you got to think it's going against Coronado. By the way, the Mustangs are reacting here.
After the play, dead ball, unsportsmanlike, number 1 of the defense. This is his first unsportsmanlike conduct.
So that's going to go against Alan Gant. It'll be a 15-yard penalty. So that took six seconds off of the clock right there, and that'll advance them to the 35-yard line.
It seems like time is really slowing down on the field right now. It seemed like the first 3/4 of this quarter went by in a snap. Now we're seeing it all get kind of caught up around this 30-second mark left in the second quarter, and I think the Plainsmen have something cooking in the pot, but then Coronado could just keep shutting it down and keep moving. Oh, and here we go.
Yeah, Arrington. Great pocket. Throwing it. That's a great pass. Incomplete, though. Christian Williams had a step on his defender, and it was a little underthrown right there, but man, that was a long pass right there. He went from his own 20 or 30-yard line right here. You'll see it. Yeah, the 30-yard line, and threw it all the way to the opposing 20. That's a 50-yard pass.
That's an incredible arm right there that we see on Luke Arrington. And I mean, you could see number 9.
Yeah, there's no
Christian Williams. I guarantee you, the pressure kind of got up there just a little bit of cooking. It seemed like he had the opportunity, but at the same time, there's just so much building up. What if this dude behind me catches me? What if?
Oh, I bet he's not thinking that at all. I think he's thinking home run, home run, home run, and he had a step on the defender there.
Third and final time out of the hat.
Just it was a little far out in front of him right there. And when you throw it up like that, it's so hard to be so accurate because you're throwing it that far down the field. Again, this is a UMC Children's Hospital timeout. Of course, the Plainsmen have the ball at their 35-yard line, 19 yards to go. And again, like we said, they are known for trick plays.
We lost about 10 seconds on that play, being at 19 seconds, previously starting at 27 in the second quarter. This is tight. Time is slowing. Both of the teams want this super bad. Coronado recognizes that Monterey could come out. They can make huge play. They could do something here. They could start shifting in their scales. And at this point, the first touchdown might be one of the biggest deciding factors. And Monterey recognizes this. They're working toward it. You see Luke Arrington throwing absolute dimes to all the receivers.
Yeah, he's trying right there. You're seeing it. Big game tonight for Estacado as they are on the road facing Big Spring. We wish them well in District 2, 4A, Division 1. And, of course, last night, Lubbock High fell to Abilene Cooper. The Cougars improved to 3-1 in district play. There's your Lubbock ISD report because, well, we're watching our other two teams here. Arrington, that's a quarterback keeper, and it was a design QB keeper. Zakavian Washington takes him down. Washington is special. He leads the team in tackling, and Monterey trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. They are going to spike it, it looks like.
Saw the quarterback.
Nope, and they're going to let it go to halftime. From what it appeared right there, the way they were rushing back to the line of scrimmage, Jonas, you thought they were going to play another play, but they let this one go to the break. We are knotted up at 0.
This game is moving by fast, and as we near the end of the quarters, it just becomes slower.
Yeah, it's because they started passing the ball and had some incompletes, but knotted up at 0. This is everything we wanted and possibly more. It's been a defensive battle, and it's been a lot of fun to watch. When we come back, we're going to have more exciting action here at Lowry Field, but stay with us. We're going to have all the highlights from across our Lubbock ISD school district.
LISD TV will return after this short break.
Welcome to Highlights. I'm Erin Gregg, joined by our production team of Lubbock ISD TV students. Estacado High School is building feeder pattern pride with Matador Mondays. Students and staff visit different campuses to welcome future Matadors to school. We visited Alderson Elementary, where the Mats kicked things off.
Good morning.
Good morning. So we have the Estacado Matadors, Coach Blaylock and Ms. Wilbanks brought a couple of football players and a couple of cheerleaders out to just say hello to the Alderson Eagles, and we are so excited to have this feeder pattern connection. I know, she's so cute.
Good morning.
Today we're just out greeting the kids as they come to school, you know, telling them good morning, have a good day and all that.
Good morning.
We got to come out here sometimes, support the kids, you know, talk to them, let them know it's good to stay in school, you know, be an athlete, nothing wrong with it.
And Estacado is my school where I grew up and graduated from, so I'm truly excited today. So I'm excited.
Yeah, the cousins and stuff like that, it's just great seeing them, you know, letting them see you like this, you know, let them know, like, I'm going to college, I'm doing stuff like this right from our youth.
I see some kids, you know, they look at me, they smile and wave. They see someone that they recognize from maybe sports or something.
We want our kids to just stay in this feeder. We want them to know that Estacado Early College is the best school to go to, and they get all this extra credit. And not only that, from Alderson to Dunbar to Estacado, it is just the way, the path to go.
I think it's a good benefit for our students always, you know, to do something further their ability to go further in life.
Good morning, good morning.
I think that's really important, you know. Some of these kids may know some of the football players and all that from sports. So, you know, one day maybe they can come up here and do this when they get older.
And so we're excited to celebrate our feeder pattern, and we're hoping we can get them out here again real soon.
Estacado East Side.
Ann Archer is with us in studio today. Ann is our principal here at the Byron Martin Advanced Technology Center, and we have a great opportunity coming up for our families to come explore this wonderful facility. So Ann, thanks for being with us today.
Absolutely. You know, every year we look so forward to highlighting the great things going on here at the ATC. So coming up on November 16th from 6 to 7:30, we will have our annual open house. We invite all of our current students, but also students who are looking at things that they may want to do in high school. We invite them and their parents to come by and see what we're doing. Of course, we invite our current students to come by and bring their parents and let their parents meet our teachers, but also to see our wonderful facility.
And for those who might not really know what goes on here, give us just a quick overview of what is happening in this building every day.
So the Advanced Technology Center is part of our career and technical education programming for Lubbock ISD. And we are thrilled to be one of the only districts in the area that has a facility such as this, where we house everything from courses in health sciences to automotive, culinary, welding, electrical, plumbing, construction, all the digital graphics, LISD TV, Fire Academy, EMT. We offer programming starting at students' sophomore year, and they can work towards different certifications and licenses that we provide for them. Not only do we provide their education that they need in order to obtain those licenses, but then we also help support them in financially getting those licenses. So theoretically, a student can leave here after graduating their senior year and walk right out into the workforce if they want to, or they can go on to a trade school of some sort, or they can have a side job. They could go be a pharmacy tech while they're in college.
Well, and that kind of leads me to my next question about why it's so important to have these opportunities for our students, because we know that college is great for a lot of kids, but also there's some kids that maybe don't have that opportunity or maybe just don't feel like it's right for them, and this really helps set them up for a great future as well.
You know, I often tell kids, we all have to work for a living. Or most of us do anyway. So we are doing everything we can to equip students with the skills and anything that they need in order to be able to go out and do whatever they want to do. Like I said, if they want to go to college, if they want to go to a trade school, or if they want to go right out into the workforce, we partner with industry partners who are just begging for students to come to work. And so we take great pride in being able to send our students out and help them be successful.
Well, and just one more time, tell us when, where, and how to get information about the open house.
Yeah, so again, it'll be here at the ATC. We're at 32nd and Avenue Q. It will be November 16th from 6 to 7:30. And if any viewers are not following us on social media, I strongly encourage them to do that under Byron Martin Advanced Technology Center. And we keep things posted there all the time.
Awesome. Well, Ann, thanks for sharing some information with us today, and we hope you have a great event.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, let's go on location to the National Ranching Heritage Center, where creative writers from Hutchinson Middle School took part in a special grand opening event.
I teach creative writing at Hutch, and so all my kids write a book. Part of writing a book is you look at heroes and mentors. You read a lot of books, but you also study authors. And so I brought my kids down here today to be around my writing mentor, who's John Erickson, who's written the Hank the Cowdog series. And here at the Ranching Heritage Center, they're opening a new Hank the Cowdog wing, and John was doing a concert.
I heard Mr. Erickson sing some songs from his books. I saw the lyrics in the books, but he actually added notes and rhythms, and it was really fun to listen to.
Beavers are rubbed in.
So they got to see a famous, great Texas author who's written over 100 books, who's beloved all over Texas, all the United States, and then they also saw who their teacher, me, who his mentor is.
It's super fun to see someone who's been such a successful author just share so much about their work and how much they enjoy it.
When I started doing the audiobook versions,
getting exposed to that in middle school, I think, is pretty neat. It was just a blessing. We have this great museum, and John was here, and so they're getting to see him and meet him and learn kind of how creativity gets passed down.
It kind of reminds me like in Star Wars where there's like a Padawan, and then like you can meet like their master, and then you meet their master. It's like that kind of.
This is one of the very few times I've ever been here, and getting to listen to Mr. Erickson perform the songs and talk about how much he enjoys making his books was a really fun experience for me and very interesting and exciting.
I think it's really cool, has the fun illustrations everywhere, and it's really big and cool.
I think we live in an age where we think if I do something really cool on YouTube, I'm going to get famous. And that's not how famous works. That's not how success works. Success works where you do the same thing over and again, over and over and over for many years and make a really good product and take care of your audience. And when you do that for a long time, well, their success does happen and maybe you get famous, but it's not some quick thing. And so that's what I'm teaching them is, yes, you got to write and you got to write, and you got to write, and you got to write. And John Erickson wasn't always, successful guy with the museum with his character. That's at the end of his life. I mean, he turns 80 in a couple days.
A toad in the road.
He did a whole lot of work to get here beforehand.
First drover was there.
I'm just thankful that we get to teach creative writing.
Just experience something that you enjoy and write something that you really care about and that you're very in tune with and understand.
Now let's check in with Phyllis Underwood. She's speaking with an award-winning partner in education. Phyllis?
I actually had the honor and the privilege of nominating Eddie Morlock for Heroes for Children, which is a program with Texas Education Agency in Austin, Texas.
Yes.
15 recipients of the whole state of Texas, and our Lubbock ISD friend and partner, PTA extraordinaire, won one of those spots this year. So, Eddie, welcome back to the studio.
Thank you, Phyllis. I appreciate it. It's good to be here.
Tell our viewers a little bit about when you started at PTA with your darling Abby and kind of how you progressed up to where you are today.
That would have been about 15 years ago because she's 21 now, so she was in kindergarten. I was asked to be on the PTA at Roscoe Wilson with my wife, Nicole.
Sure.
And that got us started down the PTA road. And we were involved in PTA from elementary school through middle school through high school, as well as on the state level.
All right, so Ed, your current role with the state of Texas,
Yes.
Texas PTA, what are you doing for that?
I'm a field service representative for Lubbock ISD, Friendship ISD, and Canyon ISD. And I'm also on their organization or charter services team. And we go out and we organize new PTAs.
Well, tell our viewers, I've already mentioned it once, but what was this award titled? And when you got the email, probably at the same time I did, what was your reaction?
Well, I believe it was Heroes for Children Award for District 15 in Texas. And when I received the award, I was, ecstatic, excited for sure, and just humbled, really.
Eddie, that was exactly the word I was going to use. It's hard to get a humble person to talk about such an amazing award. Is that one of your many awards that you've won over the year that you're proudly displaying now?
Yes. I mean, Lubbock ISD has given me some awards as well and recognized me, which is appreciated for sure. I enjoy working with you, but I've enjoyed putting up those little free libraries, seeing the books that are there. I think it's so important to have those books for the kids, especially when school's not in session. I mean, it gives them a place to go get a book to read.
Right. Well, and thank you for mentioning that. I guess our viewers didn't know that was a big part of the nomination. So that was really big for Lubbock ISD. Again, 43 campuses. And the purpose is when the school is closed, a student can still read a book, take it, keep it, return it, swap it, however it fits their needs.
However.
And a quick little boast on Eddie, he stays on top of that. And if the hinge is off or if something's out of place, then we get the email or the phone call and have people now correcting those mistakes.
That's great.
So, well, for our viewers, Eddie Morlock is a huge support for Lubbock ISD, and we just had to take some time to thank him once again for all that he does for our district, and we're very honored and pleased that you were able to receive that award.
Well, thank you, Phyllis. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Phyllis, and congratulations again to Eddie Morlock. We appreciate all you do for our district. If you would like to become one of our partners, you can contact Phyllis with the information on your screen, and you can check out our past partner stories online at LubbockISDTV.com. Coming up on the calendar, we want to remind families that Wednesday, November 1st is a student holiday as our staff takes part in Goals Day. And looking ahead, our Board of Trustees meets on Thursday, November 9th. Board meetings start at 7 a.m. and they're held in the boardroom at Central Office. We broadcast our meetings live here on Lubbock ISD TV and stream them on our Lubbock ISD YouTube channel. At McKenzie Middle School, students are learning real-world skills in their family and consumer science classes. Recently, they took part in mock job interviews with real employers from our community. We visited the campus to see what the Raiders took away from this experience.
They will have this paper with them. They've been working on filling out applications and they made resumes, and we've been talking about careers that go along with family and consumer science. And so I invited community members into the school, and so they're being interviewed by them just to help them prepare for future jobs.
My job was United, and I went to be the bagger. The hardest part was probably answering like a couple questions. Like he had asked me a question about what I wanted to do like long time, like what I wanted to study, and I said biology, but I really had to think about it. So
I was nervous and at the same time excited, but the main thing was the questions that they were gonna ask me.
Did you feel prepared?
Yes and no at the same time. Yes, because I already knew what I was gonna say, I went over it. And no, because I didn't want to mess anything up.
Because they get real life experience with them. A lot of these people, that's like what they do too. We have some of the human resource directors from Lubbock ISD, from Chick-fil-A that are here. And so the kids can then ask them questions about their career. If it was me interviewing them, it'd be the same answer, but they can ask those members from the community, what do you do, and learn more about more careers that are out there too and what possibilities they have for the future.
It makes me feel like I got the job and I improved myself what I wanted to do.
my favorite part was probably getting interviewed. I like making eye contact and speaking with people.
The project is like gonna help me what I need to do and what I need to achieve in the future for when I want to apply at Chick-fil-A or anywhere so I can get the job.
Responsibility, consistency, and just respecting people.
I just hope that they get confidence. I know it can be scary applying for jobs, having to go to interviews. I remember my first interviews and they're very nerve-wracking, so hopefully that it'll just give them confidence and they'll see that they can actually do a much better job than they thought they were going to do.
What a great program at McKenzie, and thank you to all of our community members who participated. Stay up to date with all the great things happening in our district with our new Lubbock ISD app. It has a lot of updated features to keep you connected with the district and your student's campus. The app is free and easy to download. Just search for Lubbock ISD in the App Store or Google Play. Thank you for joining us today. We'll be back next week to highlight more great opportunities only in Lubbock ISD.
This has been a production of the students and staff at Lubbock ISD TV.
LISD TV will return after this short break.
Hello, my name is Emma. My name is Lily.
My name is Henry.
And I'm one of the many Lubbock ISD TV students.
Learning professional broadcast skills right now.
But we also do a lot more. We have many student-produced shows
that allow us to grow our video storytelling,
producing, and hosting skills.
You can check out our work at any time at LubbockISDTV.com.
Or follow us on your favorite social media platform. We're on Facebook,
Twitter,
or X, or whatever they call it.
Whatever they call it nowadays.
Instagram.
And don't forget Threads.
And of course,
Lubbock ISD YouTube channel.
If you like our content, please show us.
By hitting that thumbs up button. Even better, share our stories so people can see the great things happening in Lubbock ISD.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for watching.
Now back to the game.
LISD TV will return after this short break.
Hello, my name is Nevaeh.
Hello, my name is Isaac.
Hello, my name is Abby.
And I'm one of the many Lubbock ISD TV students bringing you tonight's live stream.
If you appreciate our coverage, we hope you'll consider one of our sponsorship opportunities,
Your support gives us the opportunity to travel to state and national competitions.
where we represent our entire district in audio and video production contests.
Last season, our students received multiple awards in Skills USA and the Student Television Network.
If you'd like to support us, contact Kenneth Dixon with the information on your screen.
And thank you for watching.
Hello, my name is Henry.
My name is Angel. My name is Lily.
I am one of the many Lubbock ISD TV students learning professional broadcast skills right now.
We have the opportunity to work with professional equipment during our high school sports coverage.
Learning skills that have allowed many of our students to work college sporting events with professional networks.
If you appreciate our coverage, we hope you'll consider one of our sponsorship opportunities. Your support will help our program continue to grow, providing funds that allow us to learn using the latest broadcast and streaming technologies.
If you'd like to support us,
Contact Kenneth Dixon with the information on your screen.
and
Thank you for watching.
To Martinez, she'll take it all the way, lay it up and in. Big alley.
The following is a production by the students and staff at Lubbock ISD TV.
Swinging a miss, struck him out.
All right, welcome back to Lowry Field at Plains Capital Park. The 28-minute halftime officially over. Devin Ward, Jonas Armand, and the entire Lubbock ISD TV crew welcome you back, and we thank you for tuning into our broadcast tonight here on the Lubbock ISD YouTube channel. And, of course, this game will be replayed on Lubbock ISD TV for a long time coming. You know, Jonas, we have a lot of great things that we run on our station. We got news shows. We got your show that y'all run. That's what I call TV, which is a variety of different things. We got highlights, as you just saw there, and of course we got classic sports. And anytime we got two teams that go face-to-face against each other, we're gonna run that thing for a long time. And so this is gonna be a game that gets replayed a lot on our airwaves.
It is, and I mean, it's going to be a good one to replay because there's a lot of tight moments in this. Everybody's feeling it. Everybody's got the tension. They're all tugging their side of the rope, and it's anyone's game right now. It's still 0-0 on the scoreboard in the third quarter. We're going to see if somebody pops out and starts doing something.
Yeah,
put a little bit of
absolutely.
flame on the team, put a little bit of inspiration, see what Coach Thrash, we know Coach Thrash is famous for his halftime, get you energized, get you going.
Is he famous for it?
Oh, I guarantee you he's famous for it. And then we got the Coronado team.
With Coach Mann.
Coach Mann. We know he's a good coach. We're going to see what they cooked up in halftime, and we're going to see that what they've done out here on the field.
A lot of the teams in Lubbock ISD this season have been second-half teams, and so you're exactly right, Jonas. And, you know, a lot of coaches as well, they always say at halftime, we're going to treat it like it's 0-0. It's 0-0. They don't have to treat it like it. That's what it is. End-over-end kick as we're back underway. Coronado's going to get the ball first. And it's going to be picked up by Alan Gant at the 4-yard line. Stutter steps and trying to cut it back, and he has a great window here.
Takes it.
Yeah, he's got some breakaway speed. He's got one guy to beat. Hops over a man and will be tackled at the 30-yard line. I'm looking to see if there's any dirty laundry, and it doesn't look like it. Coronado's going to have the ball deep in Monterey territory to get things started.
That is a complete conversion. That's one of those huge things that we're seeing out of Coronado today. They're coming out with a lot of energy and a lot of plays, and then we see things like that where we get it from Alan Grant, who sees a window and, like the wind, goes through that window and just keeps pushing.
So looking through some of our stats right here from the first half that we just got, as you see Alan Gant right there leaping over the defender and making something happen. Total yardage, Coronado had 148, Monterey had 100 in that first half.
We've seen Coronado make these big plays in this game, and then Monterey pushes back and gets something out of it.
Vasquez feeling some pressure, throwing it up on a prayer, falls incomplete, trying to hit what looks to be Dom Parrish, and it falls incomplete. Going back to some of the stats here from the first half, time of possession, favoring Monterey a little bit, of course. They love to run the football. They're trying to establish dominance at that line of scrimmage, as they had a 3-minute advantage in that category. But realistically, Jonas, right, when the score is 0-0, it's hard to pick out stats that really stand out, because that means both defenses are playing the way they want to play.
Which is good. We've talked about it at the beginning that we're going to have to see amazing defense and amazing offense from both teams, and we got that like a stun grenade. It is crazy. They are coming out and they are making,
and when they need big stops, the defenses have been able to. Damari and Finch there, dancing his way to a gain of a couple right there. When the defenses tonight, Jonas needs big plays. They've been able to step up, right? Monterey was able to convert on a lot of third downs on that opening drive, but when they needed to, when their backs were against the wall, they were a brick wall and made a stop, and we've seen that a lot of times from both defenses tonight.
And what you see on Coronado's offense, they make this huge play, something that basically gets them halfway across the field in seconds, and then they kind of back off the gas, and the Monterey defensive just attacks that. And what's the saying go? Sometimes offense is the best defense, and we're kind of seeing this a little bit.
I don't know. I think it's the defense stepping up, and they do. It's intercepted by Monterey. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Cash Lewis steps in front of that one and picks it off.
Cash Lewis is a playmaker, and we've talked about this. He is a huge link in the Monterey team. This is the energy we need. We just saw Coronado make a big play, and we just saw Monterey make a big play. Get back some of that yard. This is what I was just touching on. We see Monterey taking advantage of them taking off the gas a little bit, and they are zooming through.
Well, I don't know. That pass looked like they were trying to keep the gas pedal down. Cash Lewis stepped in front of it and gets a big interception right there. It's like a heavyweight boxing match right now, right? You got two title weight fighters throwing punches, and both of them, one punch is thrown, the other one's throwing one back. 1st and 10. It's Jamarcus Smith, a great cut, but we'll gain a few on the play. Jonas got excited right there, but that Coronado defense standing tall. You like it when they make cuts like that. It gets you excited.
I love it when I see anything big. I'm looking at Coronado. It's crazy. I'm just hyped up for this. And it's kind of made me realize maybe I got to tone down my energy a little bit, match the players on the field. And that's one of the great skills that we get taught here at Lubbock ISD, is we get to hone in our skills before doing something big with it. And we really appreciate the ISD staff, the Lubbock ISD TV staff, for giving us these opportunities.
Yeah, dude. I don't know if you know this. I don't think I've told you this. You're the first ever freshman we've had up here in the booth.
That's an honor.
There's your stat of the day right there for Jonas. So here we are, 2nd and 6. 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Williams making a great spin right there, breaking away from one tackle, but there was another Mustang to clean it up, and the play will be blown dead.
Monterey's offense is attempting to ride the horse here, the back of the Mustangs, but the Mustangs keep kicking them off. And it's just, again, we talked about it again, it's just these little wins that build up, a couple 4-yard gains, and as soon as you know, you've gained 16 yards, and it kind of goes by like that, like a snap.
I heard that snap in my headset, too. 3rd and 4 here, ball at the 43-yard line. This is the 5th offensive possession tonight for the Mustangs. Rather, the Plainsmen. Averaging 333 yards per game. Arrington hands it to what looks to be Williams. It is Williams. Hitting that corner and getting rocked. Great hit right there, not allowing him to fly forward by the Coronado Mustang, J.J. Willis. And that's the proper tackle right there, Jonas. He hit him with the shoulder and rocked him a little bit.
I saw that. I was standing up here, and I looked down, and it was almost like I was right there in front of them when I saw that, and it just was in such
You felt like you were a part of it, huh?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, you see J.J. Willis. That's the new form of tackling that they're teaching these student athletes is, don't tackle with your head. Wrap them up, take them down, or hit them with your shoulder. So here's a 4th and 3, and the punt unit's coming out tonight. Ryan Jordan, former Lubbock ISD TV student. Going to get to punt this one away. I just put 2 and 2 together, Jonas. Both of the punters tonight for these teams are former Lubbock ISD TV students that were in our program last year.
That's awesome to watch, and now we get to help them.
First charge time out of the half.
And we get to commentate them through the game and help you guys see what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. So, of course, this is a UMC Children's Hospital timeout. You heard Richard McDaniel, our white hat for tonight, tell us that there was a timeout out there on the field. We thank, again, UMC Children's Hospital for supporting us here tonight.
If you or your child needs help, bring them to the UMC Children's Hospital.
There you go. Of course, they are the official Children's Miracle Network hospital here in Lubbock. Of course, we got a lot of Lubbock ISD students out there. Grayson Archer playing for the Monterey Plainsmen as well, playing some tight end and more on the Coronado sideline as well. And see the fans here. You love to see that. Some energy.
The crowd is getting hyped. This is something that we kind of needed. A little bit of energy is going to go a long way. That morale boost, that's just going to kind of send it. And it goes faster than you think. And here comes the kick.
Yeah, it's Ryan Jordan. A spiraling punt. And it'll bounce at the 20-yard line and continue to bounce forward. Gomez, you see Alan Gant right in the middle of it. Gomez will grab it. Great punt there by Ryan Jordan as he flips the field. The Mustangs will start this drive deep into their own territory.
It's very good. And on the Monterey Plainsmen side, again, we're going to see some huge things. I feel like the Mustangs have something huge coming right here.
Yeah, you feel it.
See it.
Jonas is feeling it. Jonas is feeling it. You know, we're feeling a lot of energy here. We just saw a shot of the fans, but, you know, there's another element to the game, and it's the Bell Crew. I know we have a great sideline report with Sanaya McCullough. Sanaya, take it away.
Thank you, Mr. Ward. And I'm with Caitlin from the Monterey Bell Crew, and I have a question for you. How does bell ringing affect the crowd?
It affects the crowd because since we can get so close and personal to them and can take in what their feedback is for the game and for everything else, they really feel like they're more involved than they feel like they could be if we weren't there.
All right, and I have another question. How does the crowd affect the team?
Hype team, hype crowd, hype game. You know what I mean? It gets the energy up. You can always tell when the game's going to be good because of the energy. So I feel like the crowd plays a big part in our energy and just getting us ready, getting us hype, getting the team hype, getting the team's energy up.
Thank you so much, and back to you, Mr. Ward.
All right, thanks so much, Sanaya. Love getting to hear from various students and getting to hear their perspective on things, and the Bell Crew bringing hype. Speaking of hype, here's a big run here by Damarian Finch. Trying to stiff arm a Plainsman defender, gets slung down at about the 38-yard line. Great run there by Damarian Finch of 22 yards. That's an impressive run right there.
What did I say? I said I feel like the defensive line on the Coronado Mustangs, I feel like they had something cooking there, and they show it. They make these huge plays.
Oh, that's not awesome. Damarian Finch. That was Isaiah Vasquez. Finish your thought there, Jonas.
And they make these huge plays, and they get this yard gain, and then we see Monterey make another huge play back, and it's just a battle. It goes back and forth, and that's why the scoreboard is 0-0 right now in the third quarter.
It's back-to-back. Yeah, back and forth, and it's from what it's feeling like in this game, like Jonas said in the second quarter, which if he calls it by the second quarter, that'd be impressive. Whoever scores first, you got to feel like has a great edge here as Finch hits that corner, and he's going to be about a yard short of the first down. That's a back-to-back impressive running plays for this Coronado offense as they continue to go sideline to sideline. They go east to west and are able to gain yardage.
They're playing around with that compass.
They are. And you know what? I talked about with Carson in the last game that we did, he and I. You know, the teams that take advantage of how wide the field is, they oftentimes, you know, they can get those little small chunk plays that add up to efficient drives. Take advantage of the width of the field, and they are here. Not this time, though, as Damarian Finch goes between the tackles and will get across the 50-yard line, and he'll move the chains.
And the bounce just tipped right back into the Plainsman territory with the Mustangs having the ball on the offensive.
We're over 160 people tuning in right now. We thank everybody for watching. Of course, you're watching student-produced broadcast right here. Jonas, of course, is a student at Monterey, and all the camera operators are students, and so we're grateful for y'all supporting student television here. 1st and 10. As we're reaching the halfway point of the third quarter, flag comes flying in, and it's going to be a false start. We're going to hear from Richard.
Coming from our official.
False start on the offense, number 55. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Okay, so, you know, Jonas, when you're moving the ball like this and you're able to get solid chunk plays a little bit at a time, those false starts and can kind of hurt your drive and hurt a little bit of the momentum here. You want to see Coronado do something with the ball right here.
You could hear the Coronado crowd going crazy over there once that was called. It went high. We can see that they're trying to hype up the crowd. And we may need a little bit more energy from the Monterey side, but Coronado's putting a lot of energy into their players, and we can kind of see that translate on the field.
Yeah.
Oh, and he does a backflip out of bounds, or right into the men on the side.
Yeah, no, that was you talked about trying to get some juice on that Monterey side. If that doesn't give you the juice, I don't know what will, because you see them continuing to make big hits, right? This is what people love to see when they watch football. They love to see big hits, and we're seeing them here tonight.
That was Davian Lopez that did a backwards somersault right into the people. That was commitment if I have ever seen it. This is a game of commitment and drive and push as much as they can, and we're seeing that. Both teams are putting everything on the table. The cards aren't yet fully turned. We're going to see who turns the first card, the first touchdown.
Are you talking poker now? It's going to be a keeper by Isaiah Vasquez. Great read there. He dives forward and lands at about the 40-yard line. It's going to be third down and just a few there. I like that. It shows his commitment. We talk about commitment. A lot of times you don't see the quarterback who has been battling some injuries put his body on the line like that, and it shows how committed the junior quarterback is for his team. Because both teams know they got to win. This is a must-win. We got to keep stressing that.
This is huge. This is a game that could send rite of passage right up along, right into a bigger thing, and hopefully carrying them all the way to state or whatnot. And this is the playoffs, district playoffs?
No, this is just district play right now. These games are so important in district play. So it's going to be a handoff to Damarian Finch. He powers forward for a first down. You know, looking at that Monterey defensive setup right there on that play, Jonas, they were loading the box. They were wanting to force Coronado to have to run to pass the ball, and Coronado did what they wanted to there. They were able to run for the first.
Let's see if Monterey can keep pulling out the wits and the smarts in the situation, keep having Coronado play right into them, and see how the momentum is changing. Right now we have the Mustangs sitting at about the 35-yard line in Plainsman territory. Oh,
we
there goes.
We got Vasquez running it. Oh, what a great cut. He's trying to do it again, pushing forward, and will be slung out of bounds at the 7-yard line. Great QB keeper there by number 9, Isaiah Vasquez.
Amazing job to Isaiah Vasquez, the quarterback for the Mustangs. And we've seen this. The Monterey, they get right up. They got right on that 10-yard line mark. And then the Plainsmen, they come and they fight back. And then it's just back and forth and back and forth. And we're going to see this getting real tight. Coronado may have a chance to take this and tip the momentum. That first touchdown, flipping that first card.
Welcome to the red zone here for Coronado. First and goal from the 8. If you're Coach Mann, you want to see your team punch it in here. It's going to be a handoff. Oh, and White was all over it. Ooh. Immediately getting into the backfield, not allowing anything there was Zach White.
Amazing job from Zach White right there. We see this Monterey. They get put against the wall, and like one of my coaches said, dogs bite. They attack when they're in the corner. And right now, Monterey's in the corner, and we see this from both teams. The Mustangs are kicking, and the Plainsmen are shooting.
2nd and 9 now. I like all this stuff from Jonas there. Dogs bite when they're backed into the corner. We'll see if they'll continue to bite. See both coaches on both sidelines going out a few yards onto the field and making their adjustments, calling new plays.
This is huge. This is a huge part of the coaches, huge part.
There's going to be a pre-snap penalty. It's going to go against Coronado. We're going to hear from our referee once again.
Yard loss.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Okay, so it's going to be a 5-yard penalty.
We've seen this over and over again. It seems like Coronado gets excited, and then they give a little bit of ground up, a little slip, and then it just gives the Plainsmen a little bit more. Look at where they started, and look at where the Plainsmen are sitting at now. They're sitting comfortably on that 15-line-yard mark.
I don't know. I would still think that their mindset's got to be they got their backs against the wall. Keep that dog mentality that you were talking about a minute ago.
Yeah, and they can't give up too much. But what I'm saying is the Plainsmen are getting into a groove. They get cornered, and they bite enough, and it's. Oh.
Yeah, and that was Damarian Finch on the carry. He was trying to run off of that left tackle right there. Nothing going. He cut it back into the inside, and there was the linebacker there waiting on him. You see here on the instant replay, and it was the left guard rather than the left tackle. So it's going to be 3rd down and 13. Shotgun formation, trips on that far right side for Vasquez. As he checks to the sideline with his coaches. I love that we got a camera angle of it already.
3:22 on the clock of the third quarter. The score is still 0-0. The tension is pulling. The rope is,
yeah, here's Vasquez going to the air, has a receiver, feet getting tripped up, flag's going to come flying in. It's going to be a first down.
Was just a little bit overshot, too.
Yeah, that was intended for Cyril Garrett. He is a lot of times their top target in these kind of situations. He's tall. He can go up and make plays. But I think the tripping right there, it's going to go against Monterey. It'll be a pass interference call most likely.
Jesse Elizondo was on the pass from, Jesse Elizondo from Monterey was on the pass.
Pass interference on the defense. First down.
All right, it's going to be a pass interference. Finish your thoughts. That was Don Parrish, not Cyril Garrett, as the intended receiver.
I thought was basically wrapped up. We're going to go see what happens here. And it looks like the Mustangs, they kind of got back.
Yeah,
they got right back on that line.
It's first and goal from the 2-yard line. See if they could punch it in. Vasquez looking to his right once again. Our cameras are ready to see the play call. There it is. Let's see what that means. Low snap, recovered. Defense has it, trying to keep pushing forward.
And stopping.
Yeah, the Plainsmen stop him short.
That is the definition of watching a dog bite back.
So let's look at this instant replay right here. The snap was low. He had to gather it in, and it gave enough time for Gavin Giardo to get there, and then it was the rest of the Plainsmen that were able to finish that off. Or it's Guardiola, my apologies to Gavin. Guardiola was able to get there, though, and then it allowed a whole slew of Plainsmen to finish off the job. You see the Mustang cheerleaders there wearing all pink. And in the middle of that, there was a penalty. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. And it'll be second down.
Coronado or Monterey?
It went against Coronado, so now it's going to be first or second and 7. According to what he just said. We're going to hear from him again, it sounds like. Okay, so Coach Thrash is wanting some answers here on the sideline. You see him talking to the officiating crew right there. And so it's not going to be first and 7 from the 7. They still have the ball. There it is. Now they're moving it. The Coronado coaches a few feet out onto the field on that far side, and so now it is going to be first and 7 from the 7.
This.
I love the 34 on the shirts there.
This
it's
tight. This is what the Plainsman defense wants, and they're playing it just the one. And they shut that down.
Yeah, Demarion Finch there gains up a few yards that they lost on that play right there, trying to find a seam or a pocket behind his offensive line. And again, the Plainsmen there, they're you know what they're doing? They're flying downfield. They're filling their gaps. They're not allowing anything to potentially happen here. You got to shout out and tip your cap. This Monterey defense, as well as Coronado tonight, has been so impressive. You see the score. It's because the defenses have stepped up.
Amazing job from the Coronado offensive making up those yards that they lost off the penalty.
Yeah, they're still a few yards away from hitting the spot where they want to be, and that's the pay dirt. Vasquez trips formation to this left side. He's rolling to his right, though, trying to be behind Demarion Finch, flying forward. He gets it, it looks like, or he's going to be a yard short.
We're going to watch.
Coronado's student section is celebrating like it's a touchdown. Here's your instant replay of it. This will probably be the best look we got here. He dives forward. The official didn't really have a good spot on it because the player was there. My apologies, didn't mean to hit you there, Jonas. That's the touchdown. Give him 6. Coronado takes the lead with a minute 53 to go.
Let's see if Monterey can come back from that. I said that first touchdown was going to be crucial. They've been fighting back and forth for a lot of missed opportunities, a lot of opportunities made up again, and we finally got that first touchdown on the Coronado offensive. Let's see how the Monterey responds to this.
You see Vasquez down on the ground right there, grabbing at his knees. Here's your instant replay of the touchdown. He gets pushed forward. Philadelphia, the NFL team, has mastered this, but you don't want to see him down at all. Isaiah Vasquez, the starting quarterback for Coronado, looking off to the sideline right there. In some obvious pain, of course. All of our timeouts, as there's a timeout on the field, is a UMC Children's Hospital timeout. You know, and you see where he's at right there, Jonas. It tells you that he scored the touchdown because his arms and his head are all across the goal line right there. And he's going to jog off the field. You love seeing that.
Huge energy from the Coronado team and the Coronado offensive. I bet you that felt good. That just felt smooth like a butter. That was incredible play from Coronado offensive.
So in the third quarter, late in the third quarter, a minute 53 to go, we get our first TD run by Isaiah Vasquez. It was the quarterback push that gets it in, and that gives them the lead. The extra point up and good. The Mustangs currently riding an 8-game winning streak against Monterey, and they take the lead here. The first touchdown scored in the third quarter, and you see these guys celebrating, and you see what this means to them, right? And you could feel it through Jonas tonight. He has been super amped and super focused, and it's because this is the game, right? This is the one that everybody gets all excited about if you go to either one of these two schools. See Coach Mann there on the sideline. Of course, he played in these games, and now he's in his third game as the head coach, leading the Coronado Mustangs.
Coronado cheerleaders going crazy there. The pink pom-poms. Good, amazing camera angles. Thank you so much to the students at Lubbock ISD TV doing an amazing job bringing us footage. This is an entirely student-run broadcast. So thank you for tuning in and supporting Lubbock ISD TV and the teams that you are watching on the field right now.
Absolutely. Great stuff there by Jonas. Yeah, you saw all these close-up shots of the Coronado coaches calling the plays. Our students, they noticed that, right? They started to pay attention for it and started to be able to show you, and that was a really cool angle to see because you don't get to see that a lot, right? You don't see the coaches calling the plays, and I don't know. I love that kind of stuff. It's the unique things about the game that makes it so fun. Yeah, here's the kick. Monterey's really good at special teams. They need something here. Hitting this right side is Williams. Oh. He's got some breakaway speed and a blocker in front of him. Flags come flying in. It's going to be a hold.
We saw the yellow fly right across.
Yeah, it's gonna go against Monterey as the officiating crew is about to tell us now.
During the return, holding, 10-yard penalty, first down Monterey.
Des Williams showing his big play capabilities right there as he caught that and took it to this right side, and you saw the breakaway speed there. If it wasn't for the holding, they would have prime position here to get this drive started. And again, the 30-yard line is not bad either. You'll take that any day.
We saw a lot of energy coming from the run out of the Plainsmen. I feel like we saw that. I think they're starting to find a little bit of kick, especially after that. They realized that they were going to need something as good as that too. Oh, it's going to be a handoff here on first down. That didn't look like Jamarcus Smith when they took the handoff. It was Smith though. Of course, Smith has been sensational this year running the football for Monterey, and you know what? He is a great baseball player too. I remember watching him pitch last year, and his fastball, he can bring it up there on the mound. And so some dual sport athletes out here representing our schools tonight. I'm very excited for the baseball and basketball season. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch all these teams compete. It's going to be fun to broadcast. Those are both sports that I love.
A screen, what looked like to be a screen pass as Arrington was just having to run for his life right there. He, by the time he was done running away, he was almost in the blue turf on the opposite end, 30 yards away. That tells you the kind of pressure he was feeling. But that's the design of the play, right? It's to make initial contact with the defenders, pull off, and go out front and block for the receiver. The pressure by Coronado, though, was a little too much. And so you got to tip your cap to those defensive linemen for the Mustangs.
And Coronado's doing an amazing job. Coming off of that offensive and that tackle, we can see the hope and the energy coming in from Coronado, and they're just doing an amazing job on the defense.
Arrington airing it out here, trying to go over the middle. It's picked off.
It's intercepted.
Abraham Ragland's got it. He's at the 45 and the 40. Runs into his own teammate right there, and he'll be stopped at the 42-yard line. Abraham Ragland.
I think that was still a little bit of yard gain from the Plainsmen, though, right? But that was an amazing toss from.
That's a big interception there by Coronado. You see Arrington there trying to go deep with it, and you see them trying to hit those big plays as he was intended for Williams, but Ragland. Again, we talked about how he had been stepping up. He stepped up again their last home game against Abilene High. stepping up here against Monterey, making some big plays.
Ragland is doing amazing. You can see him in the white and the pink out on the field. Pink, of course, for Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yeah, that pink pops. Speaking of popping, here's a big first down run. Damarian Finch, stiff arming, bobbing and weaving, and getting it into the red zone and celebrating. Could Coronado extend this lead? They're trying to here.
The Coronado offensive is just, it's amazing to watch these guys play. They just have power behind what they're doing right now.
Well, and they got a little sense of mojo too, right? You get the taste of the touchdown. You want it again. And they're trying and giving everything they got here to extend this lead because they know one score is not enough. They got to take advantage of getting points off of that turnover that Abraham Ragland had.
Seeing if the dogs will bite here on the Plainsmen side.
You see our camera crew immediately going back to that. You see, again, that's great vision there by our crew.
Amazing job. Thank you so much, whoever got that camera angle.
Yeah, it's camera 3. We see you over there. Here's 1st and 10. It's Xavier. That one not going anywhere. Getting tripped up there was Damarian Finch. Yeah, Xavier Guzman over there on camera 3. He's got a bright future. Of course, I believe he's going to Abilene Christian University, and he's going to be doing a lot of this similar stuff, of course. This door opened his possibilities of wanting to go, and we took him on a tour of ACU, and so he's got a bright future.
That's incredible to hear, to see our students looking for these opportunities and succeeding and seizing them. That just proves the validity of our program and how efficient it is.
There's another former Lubbock ISD TV student right there. Yeah, we see you waving at us, Caitlin. See, I recognize all of our former students right there.
That's amazing memory. I probably won't remember half of them.
It's important. Knowing people's names is so important, and you'll learn that over the course of your tenure in this class and in the industry as well. It's knowing people. It's about who you know and all of that. Hey, we're heading into the 4th quarter. It's 7-0 right now. We're going to take one final pause. The Mustangs are driving and have a chance to extend their lead. You want to stay with us because, as you can tell, this has been a knockout battle between these two district rivals. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hello, my name is Isaac.
Hello, my name is Abby.
And I'm one of the many Lubbock ISD TV students bringing you tonight's live stream.
If you appreciate our coverage, we hope you'll consider one of our sponsorship opportunities.
Your support gives us the opportunity to travel to state and national competitions,
where we represent our entire district in audio and video production contests.
Last season, our students received multiple awards in Skills USA and the Student Television Network.
If you'd like to support us, contact Kenneth Dixon with the information on your screen.
And thank you for watching.
LISD TV will return after this short break.
To Martinez, she'll take it all the way, lay it up and in. Big alley.
The following is a production by the students and staff at Lubbock ISD TV.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
We're already underway. Cyril Garrett here on the what was a sweep there, and he'll be tackled behind the line of scrimmage. He had to cut it back up. He would have lost a lot of yards right there, but that cut allowed him to gain a few back right there. Thank you for the stats. We got some stats through 3 quarters. Jamarian Finch stands out. He has 20 carries for 141 yards tonight. Finch averaging 7.1 yards per carry. Isaiah Vasquez as well running the football for the Mustangs. 8 carries, 67 yards, averaging 8.4 yards per carry. That's impressive, and those are some big numbers. Total offense tonight, Coronado leads it with 270 yards compared to Monterey's 121. Those are some stats through 3 quarters. I'm excited to see how the 4th quarter pans out because this seems to be a good one. Vasquez, 3-step drop, feeling pressure. That ball's bobbled. It's going to be intercepted. Monterey takes it back, and that's what they needed. Gathering that one right there. I'm trying to see who it is. That's our highlight that we highlighted tonight. Gavin Guardiola picking that one off. The linebacker didn't have to do much. He was in his zone, and that came right to him as Vasquez was hit. And that ball was just dangling up in the air right into the breadbasket of Gavin Guardiola. You love seeing the linebackers getting involved and getting some interceptions.
It's amazing. This is the time for the Plainsmen to step up and start making moves because that touchdown, that was rough, but I feel like they had something coming into this last quarter right here.
The momentum going into that 3rd quarter after that Coronado touchdown, the interception, everything was on the visiting side of the field. Coronado had every bit of the momentum. But to quote Justin Perez, a former player for Monterey, Uncle Momo might be on the side of the team from 50th Street. Jamarcus Smith, one play, moved the chains. That's a big one there for the senior.
Monterey's coming out with some huge plays right now, making some big gain. We saw that just there from Jamarcus Smith. This is...
You want to see him do what he just did right there consistently, right? He had been averaging through 3 quarters tonight on his carries, 6 yards per carry. He's been efficient tonight, but if you're averaging more than that, 10 yards per carry, you're having a sensational night. Going with the Wildcat formation, it was Smith with the keeper, dancing, juking, and moving. One play again. He moves the chains. He is now in Mustang territory. He was out there dancing the defenders and moving his way through the traffic.
Multiple times Jamarcus Smith has been highlighted when Monterey's played, and this is why he's a huge playmaker. He's a huge morale booster, and just seeing one of your teammates do this, it motivates you. You're like, man, I can do this too. I can make this push. I can go the extra mile.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to let anyone outwork me.
Yeah, and like he made, I thought Willie Parker was about to make that tackle, but he made a cut, and Parker thought he was going one way, and he was going the other. Another run here on first down. This time it wasn't enough for another first down, but it was a gain of about 7 or 8. Jamarcus Smith once again.
This
is reminding me similar of that first drive that they had opening the game, Jonas, where they continually handed the ball off to Jamarcus Smith. Let your playmaker do what he does best, and that's get yards. I think he ran the ball 6 plays in a row that opening drive.
That is incredible. We're seeing some energy from the Plainsmen come out of this quarter. I don't know what the coaches may have passed by and said, but it's working.
Yeah,
and the yellow card.
Yep, that's going to be a false start, I believe. I think Williams kind of jumped.
On the offense, number 53. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Okay, so it wasn't against Williams. It was against one of the offensive linemen there. But it backed him up 5 yards. You got Grayson Archer checking into the ball game here. He's the guy that's going to put his hand in the dirt and make some blocks for this Monterey team. As you've seen here on this drive, they've kind of changed it up a little bit. They went to the Wildcat. It looks like they're continuing it here with Jamarcus Smith at quarterback. Of course, he played a lot of quarterback last season when they had some injuries, and this was the style that they love to play as he pushes forward for a gain of a few. They're going to do what they do well, and that's running the football. It doesn't matter what the score is or where they at or on the field. Running the football is what they do, and they do it really well.
It seems tense in the Monterey student section, as we can see. They're all huddled together, all hunched over, waiting for the play, waiting for the big thing, looking for the star players.
They might be huddled up a little bit, too, because it's cold. For the first time this year, October means burr. It's a little cold here tonight. Sorry for the cheese. That's just me. 3rd and 6.
Hey, sometimes the cheese stinks or it tastes really good.
Yeah, hopefully that one was good. It was a direct snap to Jamarcus Smith. And he's going to be short of the first down by a solid 4 yards there. You see here on the instant replay, he's trying to follow his blockers. It's just one of those things, Jonas, when the team knows across from you, that defense knows they're running the ball, right? That you can load the box up like they did. And try to shut it down.
Yeah, and we're seeing that, and we're hoping for a push right here.
You know what? I love this. This is it's getting in the huddle, breaking out of the huddle.
Though it may cost them a little bit of time on the clock, I feel like they have something that they're going to make up with that.
Smith feeling some immediate pressure. He needed a few yards, and he's not going to get it. Coronado stops him. It's going to be a turnover on downs.
The student section goes crazy in the Coronado section. We heard the roar of the crowd.
Rightfully so, because that's a big stop right there when you only have 7:36 left on the clock, and how efficient Coronado's been tonight running the ball with Demarion Finch and quarterback Isaiah Vasquez. You got to think they can take a significant chunk out of this clock. That's a big stop for Coronado. If you're a Mustang fan, you're smiling from ear to ear after that one because they have done that multiple times tonight. Monterey's gone for it, and they've made a stop.
Coronado is, as you mentioned, playing super efficiently. They're playing some of the best football that they may have ever played, and it's because they know what's on the line here. It's a huge rivalry, a huge game, and everybody wants a piece of pie.
Yeah, and that piece of pie is playoffs, right? And, of course, another piece of the pie is winning. And to get into the playoffs, you have to win. And with how the standings are right now, maybe if we have another pause in action, we could pull those back up so that we could see why this game is so big, why the intensity is so high, and why it's so important. Because, there's only 4 teams that make the playoffs out of each district, And there's a tight window where there's teams right here. You see it right here between Coronado, Monterey, and Tascosa. Right, 2-2, 1-3, 1-3. Tascosa is on the schedule of the teams that we have here. It's a tight window, and you got to take care of business. Is what it comes down to. Damarian Finch on second down, breaks away from a couple tackles, but multiple Plainsmen. When I say multiple, a handful of them were right there to finish off the tackle. See Gavin Guardiola right there running off. Here's your instant replay. Initial contact there by Gomez. Deuce Moore there to back him up, and Gomez finishes him off. So 3rd down and 5. Clock is rolling. This is what Coronado wants. It's their friend right now.
They definitely have time on their side with a 7-0 lead in the 4th quarter, just kind of showing how tight this has been. And let's just hope that Coronado kind of keep seeing it, and they keep pushing. They keep finding these little wins, and they keep going. And same thing for the Monterey, to see if they can find any tight little wins.
Great read, but great defense. Monterey suffocated that play right from the start. There was nothing really there that Coronado could have done. You know what happened last year? It was the final score was 16-12, Coronado winning the game. This game has a similar feel to it, right? A defensive juggernaut battle between two teams that are grinding on that defensive side of the ball, Jonas. It's been, if you're a defensive fan and you love watching good defense, this is great.
I mean,
it's all about your style of preference, right? Do you like games that are 66-0 or not 66-0, 66-60, or 7-0? I'm liking defense.
I'm really liking defense, but usually I really like watching the games where it's 58, 52, things like that.
All right, Jared Owens' punt will be downed at the 32-yard line.
There's the whistle.
So they were able to, milk off a couple minutes off of that clock. But this is plenty of time here for Monterey to be able to get a solid drive, take a lot of time off the clock, and go down the field. And from what it looks like, Luke Arrington's going to be coming back in at quarterback. Yeah, Jamarcus Smith is still on the sideline. So you see your normal quarterback checking back into the game after a drive where we saw Jamarcus Smith doing Wildcat formation. And once again, they're playing man coverage. Coronado is. It's going to be a pass here on 1st down and swallowed up by Alan Gant right there after a gain of a few. A little short pass down to Sebastian Alvarez. Alvarez was a name that really stood out to me in the pregame notes because last week he pulled in 4 receptions for 33 yards versus Lubbock Cooper and reached the end zone twice.
That is an amazing stat right there.
Yeah, I had him circled, and that's his first catch tonight. Another carry here for Williams. Des Williams getting a lot of reps at running back right now as Jamarcus Smith's about to check in. See here on the instant replay, having to make a cut and spin. That's the weight room paying off right there for Coronado, being able to grab him. I believe that was Willie Parker that grabbed him and held on to him to take him down.
4:30 left in the last quarter. The Mustangs are up 7-0 on the scoreboard. We are waiting for something in Monterey to come out of pocket, or are we going to see Coronado keep up this pressure, keep up with this offense?
We're going to take a seat. It's Jamarcus Smith. Great cut. The Turf Monster almost got him. He's got the first down, though. Move the chains. You can feel number 17's impact immediately on his first play on this drive. Jamarcus Smith, simply stated, sensational. He's a guy that he can make something out of nothing right there. And I love how committed he is when he takes those handoffs, Jonas. He does like a wheel with his arm to go all the way around to make sure he's securing the football.
It works, and we see him secure the football over and over again. It's repeated, meaning that he's done this. He's seen it, and he keeps putting the work in. And
flag on the play. Sebastian Alvarez with the reception, but there is a flag on the play.
First down.
All right, so that penalty is going to back him up a little bit. And if you're Monterey, right, you don't want to see that here on this drive. You want to see things going the other way. That's for sure. Hey, we want to thank everybody for tuning in right now. We're at 177 people watching, and I'll tell you what, you tuned into the right game because this one has been is a nail biter here as we're going down to the very end. It's going to be Smith on the handoff. Oh, and what a great cut and a great run. He's in Mustang territory as he's tackled down at the 35-yard line. And he says, move the chains.
That is something that we see. Jamarcus Smith, again, one of those
And there's going to be another flag. There's going to be another flag. From what it looked like right there, Martell Moore kind of gave him a little shove afterwards. And in big games like this, that's going to cost him 15. You'll see it here on the instant replay. You'll see Jamarcus get up, point the other way.
Unsportsmanlike. Number 17, Monterey. Unsportsmanlike. Number 8, Coronado. Those penalties offset. Result of the play, first down.
Okay, so they got Jamarcus Smith as well for the unsportsmanlike conduct. So it went against both teams, and as you heard there, offsetting penalties. So 1st and 10 from the 35. See Arrington out there in the shotgun, trips that far side. And again, man coverage. Arrington going over there and talking to his offensive line. Be another, it's going to be a quarterback keeper this time by Arrington. He falls forward, a gain of 5 on that play. You know, you don't see that a lot by the quarterback, Jonas.
No, you
for
don't.
Monterey, and you kind of like that. That shows that the defense needs to keep an eye on him, and he's a runner himself.
Kind of adding a few more distractions to the field of vision there, watching everybody, making sure they don't do anything, and then adding that little bit of flavor into the mix pot, a little bit of spice, and Monterey might have just be building up the distractions right here.
That's his 3rd carry today. He now has 8 yards after that run. Arrington again looking like he's audibling at the line. Has a wheel route here with Williams. Great defense again by Coronado. Swallowing him up and not letting him go anywhere there was Tyler Johnson. Johnson hit him basically immediately after catching the ball. Didn't allow Williams to have a chance. Here's your instant replay. See there, the little stutter step before he got there, he broke down and was able to make the tackle in the open field. So now it's 3rd down and 6. The clock continuing to churn. 2 minutes to go here. It'll probably be under 2 minutes by the time they snap this ball. Jonas, now's the time where we start feeling the pressure. We start feeling the intensity pick up. Arrington's going to run it. That's why they had to hold him accountable. He needs a block, and he's going to be tackled at about the 15-yard line. He says move the chains.
We were just talking about that little bit of spice that we were adding into the pot, something that's a little bit unexpected, and Coronado didn't see that, and they gave him just a little bit of segue, and Arrington made a run for it, and Coronado shut it down, but again, huge yard gain, 1:49 on the clock, 4th quarter.
Right, 1:49 to go. That was a big run. That's why you have dual threat quarterbacks, right? That's why they're so important, because then they offer that extra wrinkle into the offense, and Arrington shows that he can run the ball right there. We'll see what they do. It's going to be a handoff to Williams, and he gets stood up.
Monterey offensive is doing an amazing job right now.
I bet we're about to start getting hit with some timeouts down the stretch, and when we get those timeouts down the stretch, we want to mention our food sponsor one more time, but we're officially in the red zone, as you see on the graphic, as we're on the 15-yard line. See them looking here. Our food sponsor tonight is Chick-fil-A, and we'll get into that in just a second, but here's your instant replay. Deuce Moore. Once he got that ball, Jonas, he was hit immediately. Oh, and you see the defensive lineman there. His shirt's all ripped up. That's how you know he's been battling all night.
That is how you know. This is where you start to feel that the coaches, their hearts are pounding. The players, their hearts are pounding. And it's just all, it's a lot.
Oh, and lit up like a Christmas tree. Willie Parker. Hello. He got into that backfield and blew that play up before it even had a chance.
A little bit of celebration there, rightfully so.
Rightfully so. He went straight through that B gap, and Deuce Moore rocked like a hurricane.
Calling a timeout.
And there's a timeout on the field, so we will get into our food sponsor right here. We want to thank Chick-fil-A for sponsoring our food this season. What is their most popular food item, Jonas? I have that stat today.
I'm going to say, man, that's tough. I want to say the chicken sandwich.
Well, they are the top-selling chicken sandwich in the United States, but it's not that. It is their waffle fries. Waffle fries go with everything. It's a fun shape that makes them dippable and dunkable, and especially their signature sauce. We thank them for supporting us. Of course, they debuted those fries back in 1985 and have been going strong ever since. This game going strong tonight, though, here at Lowry Field at Plains Capital Park, as we're at 57 seconds left, and not a lot of scoring, but a lot of exciting defense. And It has been a lot of fun to be a part of this matchup here tonight.
I was on the edge of my seat, and now I just got to stand up, let that energy out a little bit. This is so tight.
Like Willie Parker, he's feeling it.
Willie Parker really found something there, and he made an amazing play right there. Just absolutely trucking. Man, I forgot his name.
That was Deuce Moore.
Absolutely trucking Deuce Moore.
All right, here we go. 3rd and long. It's going to be a false start.
Yellow flags flying everywhere.
And, you talk about the heart pumping, the adrenaline
on
going.
the offense, number
that
64.
tells you right there,
5-yard
right?
penalty.
They're
Still
excited.
second
They
down.
want to get that play going, and that false start's going to back them up 5. The student section all riled up. You saw there on that real quick clip. There we go. Got that word out.
Under a minute left.
Yeah, we're under a minute.
Quarter.
Good eyes right there. We are under a minute. And it looks like we have teams. Got coaches walking out onto the field. It looks like somebody called a timeout, but maybe not. Yeah, they're sending the players back out there. Saw Coach Thrash kind of go out there to talk to his guys. 3rd and 18, 57 seconds to go in this must-win game for both teams. Can Coronado come up with another stop? Can Monterey finally strike gold? We're going to have to see after this timeout because Monterey calls one.
This is where the coaches are really going to hop on top of it. They're going to be like, hey, we got to come out. We got to come out with energy. We got to do something right here. And we're going to see if Coach Thrash can take that halftime inspiration and he can put it down in the under the minute on the timeout. This is incredibly tight. It was 0-0 on the scoreboard all up and just about till the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, it was a minute 53 to go in the 3rd quarter. The Coronado touchdown was a 1-yard touchdown run by Isaiah Vasquez. It was the quarterback keeper, and that's the difference right here on the scoreboard. So here we are, 3rd and 18. Arrington looking to his left the whole way. It's Cash Lewis, his playmaker. Whoa! Did he do it? He did! The line judge says he's in. Touchdown!
That's incredible. That was that huge play we were talking about. I was talking about Coach said, hey, we got to come out with something. They came out with something indeed. And that was incredible. Amazing job from Arrington. An absolute dime into the end zone.
Yeah, that's Cash Lewis. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Here's your instant replay. Arrington looking that way the whole way. Did he get in? That's what I want to see. Here's our look. Oh, that's close.
That was close, but
that
I think
is
that
close.
was good.
I don't know. But we got to go with what the referee saw right there.
Field
so
goal.
it's good for 6. Here's our extra point opportunity. Jordan puts it down, the extra point up, and good. We have a tie ball game, 7-7 with 50 seconds to go.
7-7, 50 seconds. That was incredible. 9 seconds, and the Plainsmen just came out riding on their horses, shooting their guns, and they made it.
That was Arrington knew where he was going when that play was snapped. He knew he wanted to go to his top target, his tallest wide receiver, and he was able to hit that corner right there for the touchdown. That was close. That was a close play right there, but he got 6. And so this game, 50 seconds to go. We are knotted up at 7, Jonas, and momentum is now on the side of the Plainsmen.
They just scored a touchdown. Something seemed like a desperate situation. They made it. I wouldn't be surprised if they're coming out jumping around on that turf. They are ready. They have their footprints engraved after the fire that came off their boots in that end zone.
All right, so here comes the kicking team for Monterey. Of course, we want to thank everybody again for tuning in tonight to this exciting game. Jonas, a freshman at Monterey. Of course, I'm a teacher at LIC TV, and we're so grateful for everybody watching. Make sure you share the link. If you got friends that are like, hey, I'd love to watch that game, share it with them because this is a real link, and it's free, and you don't got to pay for it, and it's a lot of fun to watch.
And we appreciate all 186 of you watching. If you will like and subscribe, it helps us get on the algorithm and just allow more people to see the amazing work that we do here at LASD. Oh,
Gio Cardenas' kick is fair caught right there by Demarion Finch at about the 30-yard line. So that's where they're going to start. They got to go 70 yards in a matter of 49 seconds. They do have all 3 of their timeouts, and they've really been able to have some big chunk plays, right? They've had efficient drives all night. It's just when the Monterey defense needed to make a stop or a turnover, they've been able to manage to get it in these key and clutch situations. And so with 3 timeouts, 49 seconds, these coaches run these type of drills, and I know all of our audience knows this. our whole audience knows is that they run these minute drills. Hey, we're tied here in this situation. Let's go see what we can do. And so it's time to see if they what they've practiced come into reality here.
Here comes the snap.
Yep, rolling to his right. Oh, and that ball's loose. Stolen away by White. The ball's on the ground. Monterey looks like they have it. They do. Zach White, I believe, was the one that poked that ball out. The celebration's on the Monterey sideline. I want to make sure I got that name right, though. Here's your instant replay of it. White breaks through that block and scoops that one. Oh, if you're Monterey, you're feeling electric, and if you're on that Coronado sideline, you're hoping your defense can come up with another stop here tonight. What a play. What a swing of emotions, really, in the last, 45 seconds of this ball game.
That was that energy and that momentum that we were talking about. When the Plainsmen got that touchdown, even though it was tied, they had a little bit more momentum. We saw that, and they absolutely stole that ball and gained some yards off that.
Monterey needs to looking to put some points up on the board right here in their final seconds here. They got one timeout.
42 seconds. Fourth quarter, 7-all.
Jamarcus Smith in at quarterback. A direct snap to him. He'll power forward. He's going to get to the 5-yard line. And you got to think they're going to let this clock go all the way out, and they're going to let Gio Cardenas come in and try to put this through. Timeout Coronado, though. Coach Mann knows what he's doing. That's a good call there by Coach Mann.
Knowing that he's going to have to talk to his kids for a second.
Yeah, and it stops the clock. Right, it's a clock game
Coronado,
at this point now. Right?
First charge time out of the half.
If your defense can make a couple stops and leave you 7 seconds on the scoreboard, it gives you a shot in the end. So it's all a clock game. Again, of course, our timeouts this year are presented by UMC Children's Hospital, the official hospital of the Children's Miracle Network. We thank them again. Man, this has been everything you could have dreamed of and more.
We were talking about whether you prefer that offensive or defense, and I'm starting to tip toward the defensive because we see these rare offensive moments where they come out and do something incredible, and it's just so hype and amazing to see. Both these teams are doing such an amazing job. Can we emphasize that for the first 2.5 quarters that we came, or almost two quarters and 3 quarters of the third, that it was 0-all.
Yeah, it was a grinded out, grind your teeth kind of game, between these two defenses. 32 seconds to go, though, and Jamarcus Smith is in at quarterback. You got to think that he's going to try to run behind these linemen. No, he's going to hit this left corner. Can he outrace him? He will.
Whoa.
Give him 6. Jamarcus Smith with 26 seconds left. Takes it to the left, runs his 5 yards in, and he scores.
We were talking about how Jamarcus Smith is that playmaker. He is that morale booster, and we see that. He goes all in, gives nothing, and just moved it.
He gave it his all right there, and you know what? That we talked about earlier in this broadcast, teams that take advantage of the width of the field, right, can often hit pay dirt, and right there, they came to this close side, and he was able to scamper in for the score. Here's Cardenas now to make it 7-point game. He does.
14-7.
A 14-0 run within the last minute of this ball game. A turnover by Zach White. The strip, the fumble recovery leading to the Jamarcus Smith 5-yard touchdown run.
This was extremely clutch from Monterey. They were down 0-7, a minute ago? And then they come back, and we're looking at now 26 seconds up, and they have nearly double the score of Coronado.
We have a little pause in the action, and I know we have one more sideline report with our sideline reporter, Sanaya McCullough. Sanaya, what do you got for us?
Thank you, Mr. Ward. Mr. Uber, Coronado and Monterey have been playing each other since 1966. And since then, you guys have won 7 years in a row. What does this mean to you and the team, this game tonight?
Well, this is an important rivalry in our community and throughout Lubbock and Lubbock ISD. And, of course, Coronado's proud of its tradition in the same way that Monterey's proud of its tradition. But, the season hasn't gone the way we want it to for either team, and so we're really hopeful that we can pull this out tonight and get ready for next week.
All right, thank you so much. Back to you, Mr. Ward.
All right, they got 26 seconds to see if they can find a way to pull this one out tonight. Thanks to Sanaya tonight. She's out there working hard for us. Monterey, of course, with about, I don't know, I didn't write down the time of the score, but there had to be at least like a minute 30 left on the clock. They score their touchdown. Zach White forces a fumble on the first play of Coronado's next drive. They recover, and then Jamarcus Smith scampers in. So that in a matter of 45 seconds, to our audience that might just now be tuning in, Monterey tied the game, took the lead, and this game has a whole different feel to it. The Plainsmen kicking this one off. It's an end-over-end kick, and it will be fair caught at the 24-yard line. So they got 26 seconds to go, 76 yards with 2 timeouts to go. You got to think they're going to be trying to go long here, trying to hit their top target, Surreal Garrett.
I bet this 26 seconds feels so long. Could feel like 26 years in this, just trying to hold on to the ground that they've gained.
Yeah, if you're Monterey. But if on the flip side, if you're Coronado, that 26 seconds is going to go by, like you just said earlier, in the snap, right? That defense, though, exactly. If you're a Monterey fan, this is the longest 26 seconds of your life.
And Coronado looking to take advantage, maybe stun them, maybe stun Monterey with the slowness, and then just come in with some quick action and see if Coronado pulls something clutch right out of the back pocket that maybe Monterey hadn't seen yet.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10 now, 26 seconds to go. Can they do something here? Vasquez, a quick pass to Surreal Garrett. He needs to get out of bounds. He will at the 35-yard line. That'll take 7 seconds off the clock, a 10-yard gain. Monterey looking to snap an 8-game losing streak to Coronado. They're 19 seconds away to see if they can. Can they do it? You got to feel like the momentum is on their side, and time is definitely in their favor here. 1st and 10 from the 35. Vasquez trips on that far side. Looking that way the whole way. In and out of the hands. Bob, it went off the pads of his receiver. And they'll lose some time there.
You can almost see the pressure that receiver had when he was going in for the catch.
Yeah, that was another one of those fastballs thrown by Vasquez right there. And the receiver might have started turning, trying to see if he could cut up field before he hauled it in. And so it falls incomplete. 2nd down and 10 from the 35 now. This is a great game here at Lowry Field tonight. Vasquez trying to hit a home run. He's got a receiver, one-on-one battle. Oh, great defense. And who else would it be? The guy that continues to step up tonight, Jeron Gomez, making some plays.
7 seconds on the clock. We're seeing that Coronado just pulled something that you might not expect. They made an extremely risky play right there, and he saw an opportunity, and he threw it.
No, that's what you want right there. With this amount of time left on the clock in the game, you want to try to hit that home run. Vasquez showed that he has big arm potential right there. That was a great ball, but Gomez there coming in and denying it there. Great defensive play by the cornerback. He has shined bright tonight. All right, 7 seconds to go. This has got to be the last play, or maybe close to it. And looks like there will be a timeout on the field. All right, so it's going to be their second charge timeout. Coach Mann, you know, this is a good call, too, by Coach Mann. You want to make sure you have the right play. Here's a timeout once again. UMC Children's Hospital sponsoring our timeouts. Right, you want to make sure you want to have the right play in this moment, right? You can't have second thoughts. You can't get the guys. They got to be lined up in the perfect spot. This has got to be your play.
Overthinking is going to be the death of this, and I believe Coronado can do it. I believe they can get out of their heads, and I think they can full charge toward the end zone right there. With 7 seconds on the clock, there's an opportunity.
It's got to be a play. It's got to be something special. And you know, this is when you're the offensive coordinator. You might pull your biggest trick that you have, your biggest trick play, out of your pocket. I don't know. This has got to be a big play here because you got to go 65 yards to be able to hit the blue turf, and that's what you have to have, as you see here, as you're down by 7. Coach Thrash telling his guys to back up, telling their guys to back up. Vasquez throwing it to Abraham Ragland. He's got some great speed. He cuts it here to this close side. He needs a block. In his way was, and that's going to do it. Monterey has ended the streak. Coach Thrash is celebrating with his team. There's a mob of red jerseys jumping up and down.
Great job from Monterey. Over in the fourth quarter, we saw them down 0-7, and they pulled something out of pocket. It was extremely clutch. Amazing game on both sides. Amazing defense. It was 0-all for so long, and we just see them keep back and forth, and they kept going back and fighting, and it was It was an experience to be had.
You see Deuce Moore down there on the field right now. I want to say this, Jonas, and I don't mean to cut you off. For the first time since October 16th of 2015, the Monterey Plainsmen have defeated the Coronado Mustangs. It's been 8 calendar years since they beat their rivals from 34th Street, and so the reason why you see this big celebration from Monterey, it's because it's been a long time coming. These guys have been wanting it. They've been battling for it, and tonight they found a way.
That is huge.
So Monterey's hopes of making the playoffs are still very much alive if they take care of business next week. See the guys celebrating, and we want to celebrate all of our viewers for watching tonight. We thank you guys for tuning in tonight to watch this memorable game here at Lowry Field at Plains Capital Park. The Plainsmen take down the Coronado Mustangs in this big district battle. And so until we see you next week for our final broadcast of the regular season, we hope you stay happy and healthy. And as always, go Lubbock ISD.
This has been a production of the students and staff at Lubbock ISD TV.